The antennas wrap on the blade, which crumbles before you.
Okay, I start incanting the spell, and at the end of it, I'll speak. I wish for Harbinger to be restored to its full glory.
The lights on the portal on the far side of the room come to full fruition, and stepping through,
Holy shit, it's another dragon.
stepping out from the portal is a
No.
blue dragon. And
That's ridiculous.
Wait.
just the
Throw a
end of
gold in.
combat,
Fuck it.
a gold dragon steps.
What? What?
Imric.
I go there, I grab them by the shoulders, and activate the amulet.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tombs of Scoria. In our last session, our players faced an incredibly easy battle and ran from it with their tail between their legs. I mean, it was only 4 dragons, right? It's
Only 4.
embarrassing to be defeated by 4
Wait, hold on. I think we're
dragons.
missing the end of that. Didn't we actually finish our objective and just walk out and we were done?
We killed the black
I
dragon.
think we were there to
left
kill
and
the
we were
black
done.
dragon.
That's
We
true, yeah.
slayed the black dragon, and then we left because we didn't have shit else to do. We were like, the fuck is the point of staying here?
Yeah,
I think that's what happened.
yeah,
Optics.
okay. It's a nice way of phrasing it, Mr. Politician. So where are we now?
We're back in the giant's cave,
Yep.
and I think we're gonna try and contact the dragons.
Well, should we go home first, or do you want to do it from here?
Let's do it from here. I
Alright,
mean, we
well-
need to rest anyway, so.
Let's talk about it the night before. So we just come back. And, I guess, what the fuck was that? How is there 4 dragons there? It doesn't make any sense. A gold dragon? With a blue dragon? What's that? I've never seen anything. I never even heard of anything like that. And what was that portal?
I think the people in Solemn have been killing dragons for a really long time. It seems like they all banded together to save one another. Get these, I'll point at the weapons, away.
You think that trap was meant for us or for Gilroy?
I think it was meant for Gilroy.
It's probably meant for whoever's trying to slay the dragons. We just happened to be the ones that stumbled into it at the time, yeah?
You should be able to contact them, Imric, and show them, like, we've only killed evil dragons, and we're only killing Scoria, and then we're done.
Perhaps. I'll have to see if the crystal ball can locate the gold dragon. Anton, maybe you could view the moments before the dragons entered the portal. Perhaps get an idea of where they came from.
Oh, while they're doing that, just curious, if I pet my sword, does he feel a little bit stronger since he slayed another dragon? It's a black dragon, too. The big crit hit. Probably a lot of blood on it.
Sure.
Probably some brains.
Make him roll for it.
What would be a good empathy check? Probably wisdom. Give me a wisdom check here.
Can I let Can I let Anton? Why are you always
Fire the
fucking
trap.
me on these wisdom?
The whole world's against you.
Yeah,
I'm just,
true.
hired by the rest of the world to do this stuff.
You know what? I'm gonna spite roll you, okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
Fuck you. That's right.
You can stroke the blade or the hilt, and the sword sort of feels you probing its mind or its essence, like trying to tell what's going on in there, and it will rumble back to you. Yes, master. Is there something you need from me?
I believe Crawford and I had a conversation about your strength growing as the number of dragons slain increased. Do you feel yourself getting any stronger after the last taste of dragon blood you've had?
I certainly do.
How much stronger? Do you feel a +1 stronger? Do you feel a...
If only each dragon slain would grant a 5 percentage point increase to my power, I would be unstoppable.
Well, not for
taken
one dragon
this
slain.
long.
We've slain like 4 or 5 now at this point, right? But
Well, I mean, by your hand, I've slain 4 or 5, but in the history of my life, there have been hundreds. Each one accumulates a little bit more power. No individual one is enough at this point in my life to propel me farther forward. But each one, slowly, building over time.
Can this be the next morning so we can cast all our spells?
Yeah, you guys can nap. The stone giants will show up as you are getting ready to sleep. They'll chat with you for a little bit. They'll ask if you have met up with their distant cousins over in Solemn in the Steamwall Mountains by the lava temple.
I'll tell him the story of us fighting 4 fucking dragons at once and barely getting out of there, but being triumphant and killing the black dragon, and we still need to go back there to get the stone giants.
Okay. They wish you good luck, and they try to stay out of your way.
Go ahead, Nick, if you want to do your thing.
Yeah, okay. Neil, I'm going to try and one by one scry on the copper, the gold, and then maybe the blue dragon.
Well, wait. You might be able to get a better look at them. Maybe they'll talk or something. I'm going to time pool...
Yep, makes more sense to do time pool first.
I'll time pool
You can do
first.
before and after Anton. It might be interesting to see what the dragons did after we left. I don't know if you noticed, but when the blue dragon breathed his breath weapon on you, he clipped the copper dragon and took a serious hit. I can imagine they
Let's do the after first, because I can only do one spell right now.
relations might have soured.
I'll time pool. Show me the aftermath of the dragons after we teleported away. Show me the conversation that the dragons had after me and my brothers teleported away. I think I need a lower than 85.
Yeah, but I don't think you have your... Do you have your plus 15% spell
Yeah,
memorized?
it's the next day, so I'm just gonna...
Okay, next day, sure.
Yep.
Yeah. You can see the aftermath of this in a nice little basin. The 3 dragons come forward for a little bit, sniff out the air. A couple spells get thrown down, checking
Which
the
spells?
area. Does anyone have a spellcraft check?
I do.
Proficiency? Roll me spellcraft proficiency. At like probably -2 because you're doing it through a time pool.
Easy.
Yeah. Detect magic
Yeah.
is being thrown down. And then the dragons will growl at each other in a draconic language, allowing only Tyrael to hear their words. Tempool allows you to hear things, right?
I believe it is auditory, yeah. But let's make that 100%.
Picture clear with normal sounds as if the caster were present at the scene. Yeah, totally. So Tyrael, you can hear the dragons talking. The gold speaks up first, saying, "Did you hear that? He spoke Dracissian. They must come from far away, from Arcadia." And the copper dragon will pipe up with a, "Isn't that a good thing? Won't they leave us alone now?" And the blue says, No, they'll come. They always come. They'll come in more numbers." The gold speaks again. "We must make our decisions carefully. If we are to rid the world of these monsters, we must move with care. I will look into where they may have come from. I will find their home, and we shall reconvene and discuss plans further." And begins to head back towards the portal when the copper dragon pipes up and says, "And what about this room and the portal?" Gold dragon will pause and say, we best not risk them finding us after. Destroy it on the other side." And the 3 dragons will march through towards the portal. The gold will touch it, and it will open. And one by one, they will walk through it. And then the lights on the portal moments later will sort of like break and fade and diminish, and the portal will close.
No sorrow for their fallen friend? No care in the world? They're
Guess not.
Not a single care. Didn't even warrant being mentioned in conversation. That's how little they cared about that black dragon.
Okay, so time pool clears. So 2 important things maybe. 1, it didn't seem like they went to raid whatever loot this dragon would have had. So if there are ion stones, hopefully they're still there. But 2, we don't actually know if this was ever the actual lair of the dragon or just an elaborate trap he'd set up. Although I would think I
Surely
would
this must
assume-
be a trap.
If we go back, I can speak with Dead. We can figure out everything. They left him here.
How anal are we being about the speak with dead rules?
Should be even a hair should be enough.
The
So maybe-
appropriate level of anality?
What is even a hair enough?
I think so.
Because technically, my sword should be covered with the guts of the dragon. I mean, it's part, but I don't know how. Yeah.
Pretty gruesome, but I think it should work.
If we'll allow that, it'd be fine.
Person language. Yeah, it says even a hair, right?
I thought so.
Priest able to ask several questions of a dead creature in a set period of time.
Or a portion thereof. The remains are not unexpended. Yeah, just a portion thereof of the remains.
Body, remains, or a portion thereof. Guess the snail's call. We can go back there. We can teleport back to that inn and fly there. It wasn't that long.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't see why
No.
you couldn't use some blood. You must have some sort of cloth that you keep with you, that you wipe down your blades, because you don't want blood sitting on your weapons. So you can take this cloth and wring out some of the blood into a basin or like a divot in the ground that you find until you've collected enough into which you can cast Speak with Dead.
I'm gonna put it in an empty potion vial. I'm gonna put it on my sheet because I probably want this for a while.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay. Okay, so it's that day, so I'm just gonna take like, I don't know, fucking. It's a dragon, so 4 castings of Speak with Dead, and then I'll have Nap as well. Anton,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're not doing it. Do you want me to Speak with Dead first? We can figure out the dragon names, then you can do the scries.
What do you're scrying
Rick?
to scrying the other dragons, or?
Yeah, because we can ask like, what is the gold dragon's name, and then it'll make it like
So
pretty easy to.
we can do that, but finding these other dragons is definitely going to be secondary to finding this guy's lair or ion stones, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have 4 castings. We got like 10 questions each time that it hits. So.
Okay.
All right, start rolling saving throws, I guess. A dead creature of different alignment or of higher level or hit dice than the caster receives a saving throw versus spell.
Okay. Oops, that is the wrong fucking button. Okay, Mr. Dragon, you have more hit dice than the players, so you get a saving throw versus spell. Your save is quite good. You cast Speak with Dead upon the creature. Go.
Oh, it
That
worked?
worked. Nice.
Okay. Let me see how many questions I get. I get 1 turn, so we get 10 questions.
Okay, so we should first find out the name of the gold dragon.
Well, let's first find out its lair and ion stones.
Okay, yeah.
Where is your treasure?
You'll never find it. And he ends the spell.
Another Speak with Dead. Boom.
Well, wait, let's think.
Dragons.
Is there anything we can ask him to figure this out, or no?
Well, the
Figure
spell
what
just
out?
didn't work because it didn't. He saved against it.
Yeah, he passed the save.
Oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He's not, to be clear, he's not obligated to answer our questions, is he?
When he
is, yeah.
fails the save, he is.
He's obligated. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But he can also be as cagey and indirect as he wants, or take your questions as literally as he wants.
Sure. Okay.
Another one.
Yep.
Same question.
Pitiful humans, my treasure will never fall into your hands. I've designed my lair to keep you out. Now go, be gone.
Do another one.
We're brute forcing this guy down.
Yeah, same question.
Its will is strong, even in death.
We have all the time in the world.
His arrogance didn't serve him well in the end.
I think you're gonna find if he's gonna pass his 2 saves, then I'm gonna use the optional rule, the last sentence in second to last paragraph at the DM's option. The casting the spell on a given creature might be restricted to once a week. So if he's passed his save twice in a row, I'm gonna say that There's a limit to the ability to brute force it.
Okay, then can we go back and like can I say another thing instead of just asking the same question? Because it seems like I still have like the option to talk to him. So the way I would respond would be, don't you want us to deal with the gold dragon? These ion stones would sure be handy. I know you probably hated the gold dragon in life, so let us do you a solid and see if we can handle him.
As the spell fades, there's just a chuckling rumble coming from the dragon's blood that sort of like bubbles and ripples out, T-Rex style.
Okay, we've never played with that rule before, but you know what, Koibu?
But you also
I
haven't
love
run to
changing
anyone
things.
who's passed any saves on this, like that.
I think we did, but sure, it's fine.
I think you might have brute forced it twice with someone.
Yeah.
But not more than that.
Cool.
Well, you know, with all of this trickery going on, are we sure that the dragon even had the ion stones? Is it possible that, I say, looking to the weapons, perhaps they read our minds?
It sounds
Maybe
like
we should confirm.
it sounds like
'cause-
his loot's still in his lair.
Yeah,
what he
well,
said.
the weapons said that Gilroy had chased the dragon around the swamp from one place to another multiple times. Perhaps they know its original starting location.
You have a weapon? Talk to it.
It doesn't talk to me very often, but I will try. I will speak to the bear in my mind and say, I have granted your request. Harbinger is restored. Perhaps you could aid me by telling me, where did you first seek the black dragon in the swamp? Could you guide us to its initial lair?
We first saw Akron the Black flying high in the skies above the Elven Wood. We chased it for weeks from one place to another, around the Steamwall Mountains, in and out of the swamp, before it finally settled there.
So you don't know where its lair is?
We thought the lair was in the swamp. It appears to have been a trap. A most cunning trap that you have most cleverly overcome.
And why did you think that the dragon held ion stones?
I don't recall saying that.
I furrow my brow. Welwyn says they initially saw the dragon above the Elven Woods, but thought its lair was where we ended up just today, and says it has no knowledge of the ion stones. Do you remember, was it the hammer material or your sword?
That said he had
Or
ion
the
stones?
spear? Yeah.
Was it? Did we get that information from the weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was from the weapons, yeah.
It was when we first, after we killed Gilroy.
I can
believe
ask-
it was when one of you first grabbed.
I can ask the hammer and the sword and see if either of them recall mentioning ion stones.
Yeah, both of them will return with a similar. I don't know what you're talking about.
God
What
damn it.
ion stones?
Anton knows that the spear said it, so he'll talk to the spear.
Ion stones? What's an ion stone? I don't know.
Playing dumb. Fuck that. Okay. Well,
What did it say, Anton? Does it
know what
deny
an ion
knowledge as
stone
well?
is. Yeah.
How on earth have we been duped into this goose chase across another continent? Are you reading our minds? I say out loud to the weapons.
Let's back up for a moment. I don't feel like this can be an elaborate trap. I feel like this must be somewhat of like a lair or something, because like this is fine worked stone. It
Yeah.
required a lot of people to be in the process of building this. It's not like they randomly, what purpose did this area have? What was this?
This is for sure his lair.
It's
Okay.
a portal to the dragon.
No.
plane,
I'm
most
asking like
likely.
this whole area that was like built and carved out or whatever. What was this initially? What is
Yeah,
it?
I know, but it holds a portal to the dragon plane. Would a dragon here really make its lair in a place with a portal like that? Surely it's inviting other dragons to come and slay it and take its treasure.
Well, my question is like, what was this place like a temple that humans made and then the dragon moved in? Because the dragon could have moved in and had somebody else build the portal, right?
I don't know how portals like that get created. I'm not sure it's so straightforward.
It must not be that arduous because they were able to dismantle it fairly easily. They went to the other side and they took it apart in like a minute or something, right?
It's easy to break a house. It's not that quick to build it.
Yeah, possibly, maybe. I don't know. It seems like these dragons don't have problems getting like if anybody should be able to quickly erect such a portal, it seems like dragons would be the ones to be able to do it.
I agree.
I suppose, perhaps. I mean, it may warrant going back there and further investigating, but it's not like there was many branching paths. We kind of explored the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm curious like what this place was. What was it?
Talk with the gold dragon.
Both Beltharion
Yes.
or Balut? What's her name?
We don't know its name, but I should
the
try and
new
scry on
one.
it.
Oh, I was saying we could go back or not go back, but you could project and talk to Balerion. What was the name of that one?
Balorian.
Balurian, yeah.
I
And you could ask her about the
hesitate
portal and
to give Balorian the full knowledge of our adventures in Solemn, lest I still haven't told her of the weapons.
Sure.
All right, let me see if I can scry on the gold, and I'll pull out the crystal ball, place it in between us, and yeah, try and conjure the gold dragon's location based on my initial shock at seeing it, and also just hearing it talk in the time pool.
So you're going to use the gold dragon that you've briefly seen in person and in time pool, and then try to scry upon it.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it's gonna be tough, but we can take time.
Crystal ball. You have, I'm going to say pictured is your situation. You saw it personally, you fought it for a little bit, you can, you viewed it in a time pool. I think you've got a good mental image of this gold dragon.
Yeah?
Make that
All right.
PTSD roll. Yeah.
Shit.
One at a
No, I'm
time.
kidding. I was just making a point that it was a traumatic incident that is burned into your memory. But 86 is a failure. You cannot scry upon the gold.
Two other dragons.
I try the bronze, the copper.
Uh-huh.
That'll work.
There you go.
Okay. Where is it?
All right. The copper... Sorry. Extra notes.
Sorry.
The copper dragon is sitting in a, what would you call it? Like a canyon, a rocky, craggy canyon with a couple of sparse trees lying around it. They look like they've been infested by some sort of beetle or fungus or something because the trees are all sort of dead and dying around it, although still standing, but sort of that bristly look of a blighted wood. It is resting gently and comfortably in this rocky canyon.
All right, so I think I can project to it now, but let's try and get our plan straight here. What should I say to it?
Explain that we're only here to kill Scoria. We tried to talk to the Black Dragon, and we just wanted the Ion Stones so we could further our plan. Explain how Scoria has ruled over Mysteria for hundreds of years and is now attacking our homeland. And explain that we've only used these weapons to kill evil dragons. And we have no intentions of hurting good dragons.
So what, two things. We want her to leave us alone, and two, maybe help us find the Ion Stones, right?
I nod.
All right, I look back and forth between my two brothers, and
If they need proof, I have Time Pool to show the conversation that we had with the Black Dragon.
okay, that would require them being here, though. Or us
Explain
being there.
that we killed Gilroy, the people who were actually hunting down dragons as well.
Okay. Tyrael, can I borrow your sword so that I can speak to them?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I put the bow on the ground and grab the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And cast project self onto the top of one of these mushrooms. In front of the copper dragon.
Mushrooms?
You said there was like
Trees.
dead trees or maybe mushrooms.
Trees.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I must have misheard.
Yeah, no mushrooms, just lighted trees.
Lighted trees, sorry.
Yes, you can appear with Project Self before the copper dragon, who immediately opens an eye in your direction, followed by a second eye. And roll me initiative.
Okay, but can I not speak before it breath weapons me or something?
Yes, please, but also do roll me the initiative.
Okay, well, I'm just talking, so initiative 3.
Mm-hmm.
7?
All right, you can begin to speak as the dragon starts tromping your way.
Greetings, great copper dragon, please. Do not attack me, I'm only here as a projection. I wish to speak. We met earlier today.
Or yesterday, I think, right? When we slept.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
Does it-
It reaches out with a claw and swipes right through you.
Let's make a roll to hit there.
Its claw is much, much larger than you. It might not do damage to you, but it will go through your space. Guaranteed, indeed.
I'm displaced though.
True.
Its claw is big enough. It's wide. It goes right through you.
Okay, I appear back. My eyes roll back to the front of my head and just shake my head. It attacked me on sight. Or
Give
at least
another
knew
one?
what my spell was. Not today. Not if we want to get back to the city.
I don't think we need to go back to the city.
Well, it's too late now. I learned polymorph self so we could get back to the city.
I'll have nap.
What are we gonna do if we go back to the city?
I don't know. I want to sit in this cave all day.
Okay,
Well,
so are we abandoning Solom?
We can stay here. Well, we need to go back for the giants at least, right?
Do you think it's worth trying to talk to this dragon again, or are we just done with the dragons completely?
I think
I
we
can
need to talk
try,
to them,
but
yeah.
I feel like it might fail. Maybe we'll have more luck with the gold.
I think we just... Yeah, sure. Whichever one you can scrounge any day.
All right, well, Anton, if you want to use your nap spell, I'll try again. And we can sleep here tonight.
Just take us home first, and then we'll nap there.
Okay.
I mean, you already learned the spell, so...
Yeah, let's go back.
When I
So
touch my
we'll,
hammer, there are no dragons near us right now, are there?
Sorry. Nope. It is dragon free, baby.
Okay.
So I reduce one of them, and we fly back.
All right.
Oh,
You
no, I didn't mean to
guys-
reduce them. Sorry, I said to teleport.
Was there anything you wanted to discuss with the stone giants before you left?
No.
Oh wait, sorry.
as
I
we're
don't
here-
need to fly. We can just teleport back. Oh,
Okay.
got that. Yeah.
No.
No,
Let's
I don't
go.
think so.
Okay, cool. You arrive back in home.
I nap Emmerich.
Okay. A nap. I learned 2 project selves this time.
I nap myself.
Okay. Lots of napping.
Right. An hour later, I try and conjure an image of the gold dragon again. I think it. Maybe we should wait till tomorrow.
I mean,
can't
I have a scrying thing, so I'm gonna use mine. That's
Okay.
what I nap myself for. I have a magic font.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
I just gonna be a huge basin filled with water, so maximum an hour. Does that mean I can scry on one spot for an hour, or do I have an hour worth of scrying?
That's a great question. Magic font. So you're gonna need to like go to a temple in town because you need an actual basin of holy water, which is a specific thing that must be created. You are luckily in the capital of Wicthron Orenta. There is definitely a font of holy water nearby, but it's not in your house; it's in a temple. So this will have to be done in a semi-public space where there will be other priests who are, run the temple who
No,
want to
I
see
will
what's going
dismiss
on.
them.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Lord Anton, You can't just burst your way in here and insist on using our holy water without us being present. That's not
Official
how this is
business
done.
of the crown.
The queen will hear of this, Lord Anton. This is most unbecoming of a high cleric such as yourself.
Please, we will be gone within the hour. Please do not take offense. We don't mean any.
Offense taken, and they don't dare cross you or try to physically bar you in any way, shape, or form. But they're most upset by you, dining them not to be worth your attention.
They're not.
Yeah. All right, they're gone. The three of you are here in the temple.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
So does this give me one check, or does this give me like an hour of just scrying on shit?
Each vial of the capacity the priest may scry for 1 round up to a maximum of 1 hour. Duration of font is directly related to the holy water. Do one of the chances of the character being able to check scrying. It turns it into a crystal ball for a period of time, and so it'll function essentially the same as a crystal ball. So,
Is it gonna? Am I still gonna go insane? I feel like. What level's crystal ball or whatever?
Crystal ball.
It's not a spell, it's just an item.
Just an
But I
item.
think there's
Yeah.
a spell called Magic Mirror, Neil. It's something similar.
Yeah, so the insanity is only if you try to view for periods longer than you're permitted. So that will probably still come into play, but I don't think that is going to work. You're scrying on something that you've got a 50% chance of viewing, so you have a half an hour to view any one subject. And yeah, the duration is 1 hour for vial, and this basin's huge, so
Yeah.
you got. I don't think you're gonna run into any restrictions unless you do some really high jinxy stuff.
I got a 65% chance because I'm using Call Upon Faith. And I want low.
Crap.
Well, we'll do it tomorrow.
Well, we've
It's still a basin. You can still scry on things, but you've just
just
failed
that
scrying
one I
on that
failed.
one
Okay.
target. Yeah, the spell remains in effect, and you can try another target.
was
Blue
that the
Dragon.
copper or the gold?
That
You were
was
trying to scry?
that would have been the gold. And I would have done the gold first. So here's the blue dragon. Fail. Fail.
Jesus, nice rolls.
I have I mean, what do I want to scry on? Blurian. Pass.
Yes. The waters before you will swirl and then flow, showing you terrain as the crystal ball quickly sweeps over Arcadia. The detail is not enough to really pick out any locations, just a blur of ground below you, until it finally comes to rest upon Belurian, who is surrounded, well, not surrounded, but sort of surrounded in the front by 6 horsemen with lances. And they are, threatening the dragon with the spears pointing in his direction. And the dragon is very casually sitting there, making like circles in the sand at his feet with the claw.
What is the
As the-
banners?
They look like Akuban banners of some Akuban household. If
Okay.
you have a heraldry proficiency, you can make a check
No,
at
that's fine.
disadvantage to find out. All right. Yeah, the dragon seems bemused by these 6 horsemen and their lances, and doodles its little thing. And the people, ask it questions in the Akuban language, and the dragon sort of dismisses them, and eventually they begin to ride off, and the dragon snatches one rider off of a horse, and then just like beats his wings and takes off in the air, carrying a single person, as the people below draw bows, take a couple of shots at Blurian to no real effect, and Blurian soars through the air. You can follow him with the scrying. You've already succeeded, and
I'll let it go.
You gonna let it go?
Wait, so don't we want to see what Blurren's doing? I'm curious. Why would she
Yeah,
pick
I'm
somebody
curious. I think we
I guess
did.
we'll watch.
The first time we met her, was she not accosted by?
Yeah, there
2
was a whole
Cuban
bunch of
knights?
people around her,
Yeah.
I think, and she
Yeah.
was just chilling. But we've never seen her act like violent towards anybody. Where'd she go?
Sure, if the brothers keep carrying, I'll let it go on.
Yeah, she will fly for a little ways, maybe a half a mile, and then use a sleep gas breath weapon on the subject that she's got grasped in her claw, who's like freaking out the whole time and trying to hit her with the spear and trying to pull out a dagger instead. It's really not getting anywhere. But once the sleep gas hits, Blurian digs like a nice little hole, puts the person in it very carefully, and then covers them back up so they're just like buried up to their neck, and then sets some stones around them and some stones on top of that to create like a little shady shelter so they're out of the elements. And then relaxes for a moment and proceeds to look straight up in the direction of your scrying thing with eyebrows raised, as much as dragons have eyebrows. And
That
say,
poor bastard's going to be there for weeks.
"Yes? Who wishes to speak with me?"
Shall I go? What shall I say?
Tell them what happened. This dragon's always been nice to us.
Well, let's think for a
Okay.
moment. You have a habit of telling strange lies for no reason, so let's think for a moment. What do we wish to tell this dragon? What do we wish to lie about to this dragon?
I would appreciate your counsel, Tyrell.
I don't want to lie. Just want to be upfront with what happened. We went over there for ion stones. We ran into a black dragon, and there was 4 dragons who attacked us. Explain what the dragons look like, and maybe we can get a name.
What would
And
bring
maybe-
so many different types of dragons together to slay a group of adventurers, even in Solemn? It's going to seem as though we have something like these weapons. And I think
I'm
hiding
99% sure we told Balorian we were going over here for these weapons. We told her we were going to Solemn to get these weapons. She should know what we did.
I mean,
I don't-
she
I don't
knows our
wanna lie
goal
about
is to. She knows our goal is to kill Scoria. Perhaps she'll understand.
Okay.
I'll leave them
in
here
that case,
while I go there.
No, well, be open and honest with everything then. No lies, okay?
Be open
Not to
and
Blurian,
honest.
okay?
No lies,
No
no lies.
lies.
Yeah.
No lies.
Okay, I leave the weapons behind though. I won't take them with me.
Little lies, just a little lies.
And I
No, take
will,
it, just
project.
do what you want.
Just take
Well,
your
I'm worried
normal
that the
shit.
weapon will like cloud my mind or something.
No, you
Emmerich,
can't.
no
You're
lies.
resistant to the DM. You're good.
Just take
No
take your weapon.
You're
and
good.
you
Go as you
project
are.
self.
You are wise, Anton. You are wise. All right, I put my bow back on my back and project self to the dragon.
Immediately,
Balorian.
you can hear the bow in the back of your mind saying, "You know where this creature has been this whole time, and yet you've let it live?
Shush.
Come now.
I will not listen to your counsel at this moment.
It's even your friend. This one would be easy. And the lair? So close? Think about it.
I project self to Balorian's lair.
To where Blurian is, which is not in her lair presently.
Oh
She's
right,
out in
okay.
the Red
So,
Desert. Yeah.
so where she is? Sorry. Yeah.
Cool, perfect, yeah. You appear, and Blurian goes, "I thought that might have been you. Not very many
Greetings,
people
Blurian.
regularly called me."
You have proven a wise advisor over the last year, and I hope to seek your counsel once again.
She like scratches some dust in the face of this captured person. "I have a little while until they come to, so speak
Oh.
with haste, Imric
have a s-
McGarry."
I have a story that might interest you greatly. I have never seen the likes of it before in my life, nor in any tale.
"Oh, pray tell."
Well, my brothers and I were traveling in the Great Swamp in Solemn. Do you know of it?
Which great swamp? Solemn is a vast and desolate wasteland.
Near
I
a
mean, some
town
people would
named
call it a
Swampside.
verdant place.
The place is vast beyond measure. I do not
There's
recall
large swamps,
the name.
sure.
Regardless, yes, we're in this large swamp tracking down a black dragon. I trust your kind and the black dragon kind are not close friends.
I do not have many black dragon friends, that is true.
We were led to believe that this dragon held a set of items known as ion stones. Through my research, I'd begun to believe that these would be crucial in defeating Scoria, if you recall that to be our final objective. So we were tracking this thing down, we fought through its lair guards, only to eventually descend into where the dragon was hiding, ready for a final battle, when upon the wall a portal opened and stepped through a copper dragon, a blue dragon, and a gold dragon that all proceeded to try and kill us. We barely escaped with our lives. In fact, it was an amulet we took from Azeron, if you recall, that allowed us to return to Arcadia safely.
That most unusual tale. Is this fact or fiction?
Complete fact. I have some idea of why they were doing this. My bow. I don't know if you've seen its kind before. I'll take it off my back and show it to it.
Blurian looks and blinks a couple times, cocks her head to the side, and says, "What is this that you show me?"
This is a weapon, one of a set of 4 created by the elves to slay dragons. Lost and solemn. Many, many years ago. I understand your hesitancy, but we've tracked them down as no other tool could be more useful in the fights to come against Scoria. You understand, I'm sure. I believe these dragons were laying a trap to try and slay the previous owners of these weapons that we took them from. I come to you for counsel. We are looking to make amends with the copper and the gold dragon, as our quarrels do not lie with the metallic versions of your species. As you well know, we have been friends.
We have been for some time. How long have these weapons been in your possession? Do all the McGarry siblings carry such tools?
Yes, we have the full set. I can assure you that once the deed is done, we intend to lay them to rest beneath our keep, lock them away for generations to come until another great threat such as Scoria arises.
Do you have the will to do so, Imric McGarry? When the wealth of the world is laid at your feet? When the powers and magic stored away for millennia are at your fingertips, you would not reach for them?
I have many, many magics at my disposal after my journeys over the past year.
And you, of all humans, have decided you have enough power. That you don't want anymore. A classic human trait, giving up access to vast swarms of power. Many, many wizards are known for their ability to say, "No thank you, I would not like more magic. No thank you, more wealth and power, not for me."
I understand your suspicions, but I'm a mage before I'm a fighter, and a bow does not interest me as much as a book. Once Scoria is dead, no weapon will be required to assert our power. All will know that we're not to be trifled with. I won't need a bow any longer.
Of course, you just need the power for just a little while.
Yes.
Just a little bit longer, and then it's all going to go away. Just one more time. I can stop whenever I want. I've heard these sorts of words before.
I only ask that you trust me. My brothers may be slightly less strong-willed in this endeavor, but I will try my utmost to ensure that these weapons are laid to rest once the deed is done. I have only brought it with me to this meeting to show you, because I wanted to be honest. If I'd wanted to conceal it from you, I could have.
Have you
Have I what?
concealed it from me, historically speaking?
I have not. No. I don't believe we've spoke since we attained them.
What do you want from me, Imric McGarry?
You know the names of any of these? Have you heard anything of these dragons and this plan they were hatching? I would like to speak with the gold dragon, but without its name, I cannot contact it. There's not many dragons left in Solemn. I think it may have even come from the
Why
your home
aren't
clan.
any dragons left in Solemn?
Because the people that held these weapons
Because
before
you
us.
bear those weapons, the bane of my people. No, I do not think I will help you slay another of my kind. And the dragon reaches out to fuzzle your projection.
I come back. Didn't go so well. As soon as she saw the bow, she turned on me. seems that we won't find many allies with dragonkind whilst we carry these.
Fuck them all.
Don't speak foolishly, Anton. There's no need to make enemies where none exist.
Well, the enemies
if you already
appear to
tried
have
it.
already been made, no?
I don't think she's an enemy, just perhaps no longer a friend.
Is there such thing as a dragon with a neutral disposition towards you?
Yeah, I don't see why not, just like people.
Well, what's our plan?
Well, we can continue trying to scry on the gold dragon and project self to it. But I don't think we'll get a real chance to speak to any of them without a sending spell, and for that to work, we need their name. We could go back to the lair in Solomon in the swamp and see what we can find there, see if there's anything hidden. But seems unlikely to me, but I suppose it wouldn't be worth. It might be worth trying.
So we teleport back. We need to go talk to the stone giants anyways.
What are we talking to these stone giants for again?
They need to build our keep.
We're recruiting them to help with the mining for the stone.
Why do we think they're going to help us?
Because
The
their friend
DM
gave us a
suggested
note.
that it would reduce the cost and time by half.
Wait, which friend? I don't remember this at all.
The other stone giants.
Okay, gotcha. If we're gonna head back over to the dragon, we need to plan to how do we think we're gonna find its lair? We're not just gonna go to this is one of the largest swamps in the world, right? We're not just gonna go.
No,
fly
I'm
over.
saying
No,
we
we're
go
going
back to where the fight was.
Yeah,
And see
I think
if
that was
there's-
its lair.
See if there's a hidden room or something.
Yeah.
That's probably fair. One quick question: if you cast a magic missile, can it go through a dispel magic zone, or will the magic missile fizzle out midair?
An anti-magic zone, you mean?
Well, what were we in at the bottom of
Yeah,
that?
an
Anti-magic
anti-magic zone.
Okay.
No, I think it would. Well, if you recall, the anti-magic eye of the beholder permanently cancelled any magical effects that were in place, whereas once I left the area of the anti-magic field before that fight, my fly spell resumed, so I don't think it's quite the same. It's possible that a magic missile may make it through.
Okay.
But I also think that that field didn't extend much beyond a few inches from the floor.
Okay. Also, just another quick random question. I have an Amulet of Constitution. If I was at half HP and I dropped into one of these zones, do I just instantly die, or is it percentage based, or how does that work?
It would go down percentage.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you're at half, you'll still be at half.
Yeah, just curious. Well,
I heal everybody up to full.
Still full anyway.
Let's teleport tomorrow.
Yes. Okay, rearranging my spell list for that.
This is the last time we're going to Solemn.
so the plan is we're gonna go to that temple. We're going to hope that that's the lair of the dragon, which I would expect it to be. There's no way they randomly stumble upon this ornately carved out thing, right? Like I think Azeron, when we were going through the big cave leading up to him, he had stuff that looked like it had been worked by
Right.
fine workers or something, right?
Yeah.
We used the Ring of Seeing though in that cave, right?
Not the whole way. It only lasts 30 minutes, but yeah. We never got to check out the last room at all. Like the huge big one.
The room we took the fight in.
Yeah, we never got to look around in there.
You're right. There could be something from there.
Okay. I'm going to we'll stand around. I think all of us put our hands on these weapons. We originally went to Solemn to slay this black dragon, with the thought that there would be ion stones there, or at the very least some great and powerful treasure that would help us defeat Scoria. If we go back to Solemn and we raid that lair, we find that this dragon didn't really possess any great magical items at all. It's probably best for us to hang these weapons up and wait a year or two until we kill Scoria and to put off the dragon slaying completely. I think that's fair, yeah?
I nod.
Does it provoke a
Yes.
response out of the weapons at all, or do they just not give a fuck?
They stay nice and quiet as you make these statements.
Okay. All right. We're ready to go whenever. Do we need to bring anything with? Oh, we go to we're gonna be fucking nerds from now on. We want to go to a tailor or whatever, and we're gonna have fashioned onto our belts, each of us. Well, I don't know about you guys, but like 4 little bags of like iron coins that can be detached and removed and tossed fairly easily.
For sure.
Anton's also gonna get just pieces of iron, like just raw pieces, like a little skirt just hanging there for rust monsters to go after first. This is genuinely what we're doing.
Run that by me again. I don't think I appreciated the beauty
Okay.
of it as it was
Anton
said.
wants like a skirt of iron, just like few iron pieces like dangling, like pretty large ones, like I don't know, like this big, dangling from his sides, or like his belt or something, to get rust monsters to go after him. I don't know, civilians or whatever might question it. Regular townsfolk be like, why do they have this? But grizzled adventurers who fought rust monsters will know.
A skirt of like iron chains that dangle off of you.
Yes.
Easy bait for any rust monster.
I'll just have a bag of iron coins in one of my pockets. I don't think the rust monsters were particularly interested in me anyways, as far as I recall.
No, yeah, and then we're I'm gonna put 3 bags of iron on my sheet. How much is that gonna cost?
The cost will be insignificant to what your wealth is. Just calculate how much weight of it you want to carry with you.
How much is a bag of iron weigh? Oh,
1
50
pound for a
pieces?
bag of coins.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna put 150 iron on me and then
Cool.
rotate it. Got it.
Okay. In the morning, then, I will clairvoyance our room.
In Swampside?
Yeah.
Okay. You see a maid in the room making up the bed, finding some extra silver coins left on a table and pocketing them. Clearly a tip left by the last resident. Dusting some counters. It takes a little while for her to finish up the prepping and cleaning of the room after the last patron left. And then she's gone.
All right. Say to the other two, if we're to get to the swamp today, I don't have the spells to project into the room and check below it for obstructions. It's a pretty empty room. It's probably fine. Chances are we'll land exactly where we want to. How lucky you feeling?
I'll raise my eyebrow. Chances?
It's a complicated spell, you know? I mean, maybe from a 1% chance of failure to a 2% chance of failure, it should be totally fine, right? Or if you were to nap me once we get there, perhaps I could project there now and
You just
make sure it's safe. Oh, wait, okay, I thought this was the next day.
I thought this was the next day.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay, the days go by so fast.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, this will be the next time.
I think it should be fine, right? What are the chances that I roll 100?
Not.
The 1 or the 2, right?
Yeah,
you don't
we're
want-
fine.
Yeah,
But
you're
it's
gonna
up
roll.
to Tyrael.
Go for it. You're fine.
Well, fucking
Okay.
roll it.
Are you okay? Are you guys gonna be okay if the campaign ends here? If we die?
I'll
on
be
it,
totally
too?
fine, yeah.
Okay.
No,
I just
wait,
want everybody to
wait.
agree.
What do we need to make this a 100%? Do we just have to wait a day or what?
It can never be 100%.
Oh, okay.
I could make it... It's probably now like... Okay, so there's a 2% chance we roll low, and if there is an obstruction below us, then we'll be in trouble.
But
There's always-
if there is, we're gonna teleport anyways, due to the fact of we're not gonna wait for them to move an obstruction. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Are you gonna fuck
You'll
us,
be
Nick?
fine. Anton,
no,
you'll be fine, because you'll be in my pocket, in my chest. It'll only be my Tyrael and mine legs that are destroyed by whatever table or whatever they've moved down there. Yes.
I have a divination that I could do, but I don't know how that gets work. I don't know how that works.
Great Valthara, tell me, have they moved the table in the dining room of the inn?
Well, Koibu, can I divine that? Will we do well if we
With-
teleport?
With the divination spell?
Yeah, and then we get to see the roll, right?
That
Absolutely.
might actually... Let me just double check the
I'll click
text
it, yeah.
and not go to... Oh, you put it here. Thank you.
That would be great if that actually worked.
Worst case,
Essentially, we could
I
roll
could
it.
also cast Consequence if you'd like. Which would tell me the consequence of us teleporting.
Yeah, put consequence in chat, please.
Well, that's a
I
lot
think it
of
gives you the
fun
grand scheme.
Oh, right. consequence is just the really big picture. It's not
Yeah.
the immediate picture. Divination is.
I mean, consequence takes 1,000 gold pieces to cast, so probably not worth doing it.
No, they don't get used up.
Uh,
The dice are not consumed, and then you.
oh
cast
yeah,
them.
you're right. Yeah.
I already have them too.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I think divination will work, but it's not a 100% chance of working. Right?
But I know if it works or if it doesn't work.
1% chance per experience level.
And I'm gonna cast Call Upon Faith.
Yep.
This is amazing.
So 60 plus level plus 15 is 75 plus your level is 10 or 11?
9.
9? Okay,
Well, I don't
so
know. Yeah, 9.
74% chance of divining Wheel or Woe. Go for it.
Wait, is that true?
No.
All right. Well, I'm going. Yeah, I think it's 85%.
84.
84.
85.
84.
84. Yeah, yeah.
All right, here I want low. Fucking God. Anton
Yeah,
knows
the
it
spell
fails. Yeah.
Yeah.
He naps himself. So I'm taking one of those off. I'm casting it. Before I nap myself, I cast tongues. I talk to, I don't know, someone. I don't talk to anybody. I just cast it.
Sure, sure.
Taking 2 divinations now, and here we go. I'm also taking 2 Call Upon Faith, so I'm getting rid of Bless. Okay, cool. Okay, 1 hits. The
There
first
you
one hits.
go. You will get that indeed the bottom floor has been rearranged. Do not go here. Or wait, maybe it's not.
Wait,
do not go here.
my-
You get the.
My
you get the
divination was.
consequence of your.
Sorry.
Right.
My divination was, if we teleport, will we die? Or like that's kind of what I'm
Right.
looking for.
Okay, cool. So Nick, go ahead and roll your teleportation check.
Is this like we're rolling in advance so Valthar can tell
Yeah,
us
yeah,
what I
yeah.
roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
I got it.
36.
It's fine. Comfort awaits you on the other side.
All right, we teleport.
Fantastic. All right, I reduce Anton, put him in a pocket, teleport me and Tyrael, and then I cast invisibility on Tyrael and on myself while Anton's still in the pocket, and we make our way out of town.
Yep. The brand new door in this room, had to be reinstalled very recently. It looks like is opened visibly. You guys walk out. There's some patrons on the staircase that you have to like push your way through or something.
Well, we
How is
just
the door installed?
we slip through because we're invisible, right? We're not pushing through anybody because that'd be pretty weird, right?
Yeah, but it's like it's a narrow hallway and someone's walking up the middle of it, and there's gonna be
Whatever.
walking around invisible in
Well,
town.
here,
and-
let me explain
and
this.
Brooms are gonna.
We're
be
gonna cast
problematic.
etherealness, so we don't even have to fuck with this.
Well,
You
the
okay with it?
invisibilities have cast. You begin to walk down the hallway. Imric, you see that you're definitely going to run into someone who's like just walking down the middle of the hallway here.
Yeah,
Who cares?
we
We
go
just
back
run
into
out.
the
Who
room.
cares? Let's just go. Why are we?
Yeah,
This
let's
isn't even like a
fucking
thing.
go.
Who cares? These are normies.
Yeah.
This is the last time we're going to stall them anyway.
We could slay
that's
this
why I'm saying
entire
you-
town of people where they stand.
Yeah.
Remember why
You
Art
shove your
Somber was so
way-
scared about giving us greater invisibility? It's because she knows we could wipe out whole towns of losers like this.
Sure.
So we shove past. They look around confused. They're in solemn. They're losers. They're drunk all the time anyway. Maybe they thought they were just stumbling around in a hungover daze, and then we just make our way outside and we head to the wherever we need to transform and go to the swamp.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You get back here to the swamp, no problem, leaving the inn behind. The rantings of the madman talking about invisible monsters.
You not fear the cup man, Tyrael?
Oh, true. As we enter the room, we glance around nervously, seeing if any well-trained level 1 soldiers are grasping in their palms a teacup that they might hurl across the room to expose us.
Oh, no. Could happen
Everywhere
at any
you look,
moment.
there are cups in the shadows waiting to be thrown. Every man grasps a handle of something.
We fly to this fucking swamp.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I cast polymorph and we go.
You cast polymorph, people climb on your back, you fly through the swamp, you make your way back to that same lair entrance.
Oh. Or this has to be the lair. Because another thing, I didn't even consider this. There were so many monsters there.
Odds, yeah.
Guarded like
I-
a lair. Do you really think they would have temporarily hired off and moved that
seems-
many monsters?
yeah.
There's
This
no
is
way.
his house.
It has to
This
be,
is his
yeah.
house, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna scour this lair for literal days to find everything. Probably 2 days. We have a million magical items, so I don't know if you want to push past this quickly or if you want us to
Yeah,
go
you've
through
got
everything.
a ring of true seeing as well, so you can see past all sorts of illusions and all of that nonsense. Let's just do the area between you guys and the acid pit first, because that requires no shenanigans to get through the acid. Your detect magics all show no magic in the area. Your ring of true seeing shows no secrets, no illusions, no phantasms, no passageways. Your hammer reveals no traps or other such things. It appears that this section is just ordinary, normal walkway.
Just
Okay.
before we're considering going down the hall, I will say, it's possible that its lair is in this location, maybe made up of two parts. There may be another entrance to another section somewhere here in the swamp.
I have Speak with Deads, so as I look around at the Ogre Magi, I'll ask Emmerich, are Ogre Magi known for being smart? They're magic users. Are they someone you can have a conversation with?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay, I'll go whichever the Ogre Magi's burnt corpses, if they're still laying around, looks
Yeah, you can find an
leader.
arm of an ogre magi sticking out of the swamp. It looks like most of the corpses here have been dragged off or consumed. Not all of them, of course. And there is an ogre magi arm sticking out of the swamp.
I'll cast Speak with Dead on it.
Excellent. It is not higher level than you. It gets 0 saving throws.
Based.
And you have
10 questions.
4 questions, yeah.
10 questions, 1 turn. I'll look to the brothers and think to myself, where was this black dragon's lair?
Yeah, it is definitely 4 questions. It specifically calls
Oh,
out
does it?
4
It says you have a
questions, 1
turn.
Yeah, I know, but it's only 4 questions in 1 turn. But it gives you 10 minutes to think of your 4 questions, is what it's doing. Sorry, what was the
Nope,
question
that's
again?
Where is this black dragon's lair?
I know not, answers the ogre magi.
Do you guys have any good questions or no?
How long have you been guarding this particular place?
Hold
I
on.
asked.
What language? You still have to speak the language of the creature. Do you have a tongue spell or something?
No, I don't have that available. I speak Dracissian and Eridonian, Mystrian, and Halfling.
Okay, so we'll have to wait you a day or so you could get a
Okay.
tongue spell. We can just keep all the same rolls and just put it a day down the line.
We'll put it a date on the line because Anton would know.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you'd know this shit ahead of time. Swamp side. Ogre magi. What was the second question? Sorry.
How long have you been guarding this particular place? I think is a good second one.
Yep.
6, half a year.
How long ago did we kill Gilroy? Or Gildenroy?
It was about that, I think.
About that, yeah.
Okay.
What does the black dragon pay you?
Yeah.
Gold and silver.
What the fuck? What do these guys do with their money? Or do they invest it? What do the monsters get paid? What do they do with their money?
They invest it. Yeah, you're right. My GME.
Where is your stash of treasure?
Hmm. 100 yards from this place.
Cool. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to keep searching this place then. Let's go search the big room then.
I
So
say
how
to
are
the
you gonna
bow.
get past the acid pit? Sorry.
Okay, yeah, sorry, let's do that.
We can fly over the acid pit due to the fact of the.
Nope. We have to go
Nice, talking
underneath
about the water.
inside where you fought the water elemental.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
How much
Can't we
damage
just
does it
put
do when
on-
we're inside?
It was like 8d something. But I have resist acid and corrosion.
4d8 damage, but if you are not protected, then your gear can be eaten by the acid as well. All your stuff has to make saves. Bags of holding, clothes, armors, all the jazz.
Why don't we just put on like an hour's worth of protection?
Do you have it? I thought
I
you
have-
used all your.
Nope, I've got 0.65 of a vial of oil of acid resistance remaining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, are we done searching out here?
I mean, if it's been 2
Koibu
days,
said
we
we're
must
done
be.
searching out here. Yeah, he said we're good.
And we've
Although-
searched one
although-
time with the Ring of Seeing as well. Yes,
He
Koibu?
included all of that.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
I do think that it's possible that there may be another place in this swamp nearby.
I agree, but let's search this place first.
Well, I think Cyril asks because we'll have to return back through the acid.
Yeah, once we
I
go
have-
down here.
I have resist acid and corrosion.
Didn't you just say that doesn't work, or?
No, I have a spell for this.
Okay, wait.
So it says that the gear can still be fucked with, yes, but we can take off our gear and go through.
So dragon breath would inflict half damage.
Yeah, but this isn't dragon breath. It's just
Dragon breath, melts acid arrow, and the natural attack of vicious pudding, oozes slime and jellies. So the mild corrosives don't harm you at all. More intense ones do this. Yeah, the attack requires iron vigil. Sure. So this would be a more mild. So you wouldn't be subject to damage, but your gear would all need to make saving throws versus
correct,
acid.
but we can take our gear off.
Yeah.
How do we get
Skinny
back
dip.
out?
I mean, I have 6 castings of this if you'd like.
I just think we should use. I personally think we should use the oil and just swim down.
Yeah, how long does the oil of acid resistance? It lasts for like 8 hours or something, right?
Wait,
So-
can we not just scry in the big room and then teleport in there? Or something like that? We can use that. We can use the
Wait,
acid resistance. Sure,
can we
sure,
just-
sure, it's fine.
No,
fine.
wait. Can we just teleport in there?
There's a risk if we go low or go high. We might
It's
be
a
in trouble.
huge column going down. We
Yeah,
can just
going
teleport.
high should be safe, but going.
Okay, how about I resist acid and corrosion you. You go in without your gear. You fly down. You fabricate a thing.
I'd need trees, wood.
You have stone.
Wait, why can't we just teleport?
Because there's a chance we'll die.
How?
Because if you have to teleport to something, you can't teleport to the middle of the fucking air. So you have to
You
teleport
can't
to
really?
No.
Yeah, it has to
You
be
have to
solid
teleport
ground.
onto the surface.
Yeah.
Oh, cringe.
Can you not fabricate the stone?
Yeah, I don't know if I can use the stone in the floor. Maybe I can.
Okay, well, let's just use the oil of acid resistance. Fuck it, we have it.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
there's
we can
0.65
go.
remaining for like 4 hours for each of us. Can I knock off like 0.15 of this?
I mean, it's going to take a few minutes at most.
Before we go in there, go outside and fabricate a teleportation portal that we can teleport back to.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would have done that.
Yeah, you can use 0.15. You can smear 0.15, distribute amongst the 3 of you, so each of you takes 0.5 of the potion, of the vial, and that should give you enough for 1 dip up and back.
Neil, I'll go and make a fabricate a teleportation platform as I described to you out in the forest.
Excellent, with the trees nearby.
Trees nearby, and I will. After I make it, I spend like an hour climbing up it, inspecting the wood, getting a feel for it, how steady it is. I want to, study it.
Yeah. Give me a perception check while you're up there. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nothing to worry about.
The tower's made. Takes an hour and change, and then the party rubs some oil on themselves and swims through the acid.
Yep.
Great. You swim through. You've been here before. You end up in that hallway that goes for quite a ways until you come to the pit that drops down, or not the pit, but the shaft that drops down into the trapped section of the dragon's lair, the dragon's ambush point, whatever you want to call
Keep
it.
in mind, we do have a potion of treasure finding, which we could use here if we'd like, after we search this area.
So
Yes, let's search this place, then use that in the.
I have that potion, but the problem with the potion is that it only locates, I think, stuff of material wealth. So I don't think it locates like magical items. 2,
yeah, but he's paying him in gold and stuff.
sure.
But yeah.
If we want to find the gold, yeah. 2, it has a pretty limited range. I think it was like 120 yards or something. And then 3, if it's hidden behind anything magical, it won't detect it. So like if it's behind like a silver coated wall or like a
Yeah.
magical door, I don't think it'll detect it. But yeah, we do have it. So yeah.
It's worth a shot, I think, if we don't have any luck here.
Maybe. Yeah.
We searched this entire room.
I mean, I use my detect magic one, Neil.
And I'll use the ring of seeing and activate it and look around.
Yep. You go down the pit, right? Into
Well,
the big
no,
room?
no. We'll search above
No,
first.
This is the hallway. Okay.
And
yeah.
then we'll go down and we'll search. Yeah.
With the hallway, with detect magic wand, with ring of true seeing, nothing. Just an ordinary hallway.
Okay. Then we'll go down and
Can
check.
this be? Wait, I want to just
What?
look at the portal a little bit, Neil, just to try and get an idea. I look at the runes that are on there. Do I
Sure,
feel
we haven't gone down to that room yet, though.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. How are you gonna get down the like 50-foot shaft?
Shield.
Yeah,
Shield
shield,
fault.
and I'm gonna have. Can Imric fly or no?
Yeah, I'll use fly just in case there's
Okay,
something.
if you fly as we're shielding down, I want you to push us so we don't land in the anti-magic zone. I just don't want to be in there.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it works perfectly, and you can land yourself wherever you guys want in this room. The Black Dragon's corpse is still here. Everything else is intact as you see before you. The stonework here is new-ish and made of decent quality.
So the stonework here is newish. Is this the only stonework in this whole place? Like, was the rest of it natural formed cave?
The horizontal passage was also stonework. Only the stuff before the acid U-turn was older and more natural.
And it all seems new, even the stones in the horizontal passage.
Yes. It's hard to tell the age because there's very little to weather it down here, right? There's no like rain or wind or water or freezing, so it looks new. But it could also look new for maybe 80 years or 100 years or 200 years. Who knows?
Okay,
We'll
so
see.
as we come down here to the main room then and search, what do we see?
Same thing. It is as you see before you. Everything is apparent. The only tricks or traps of any kind are the pits, and that's it.
What about the portal? Is it now inert?
It is an inert, non-magical portal.
Can I take a look at the runes, though? Do they mean anything to me?
Give me a spellcraft check.
Well,
Okay. You can recognize that this is that the magic that goes into this is not arcane in nature. The runes here specifically are runes you only see in divine magic. So
Nice.
it must have been created with some sort of clerical spells, or relies on some sort of clerical magic to function, or it did once upon a time.
how interesting. How high is the ceiling? Can I like check the walls, like on the upper end of the walls? Yeah, not like ground level.
I mean, if we're going around with the Ring of True Sight, and if I'm using
gonna check
Crawford to
this
detect
whole
traps,
thing,
like
yeah.
it seems like if there was anything magical or hidden here, we should see it.
You would see anything magical or hidden. There is none of it. The ceilings, I think I said, are 40 feet tall? 35 feet tall? 35
Still-
or 40 feet.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a magical, like, hidden entrance.
True. Do you want to cut to our first break? We can think about it for a second, then come back.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Our party is still in the Dragon's Dungeon. So we're trying to
Anton.
figure out.
Frustrated, gets on his knees and starts praying. And he asks Velthara, if we spend the entire week and use everything at our disposal, will we be able to find the Black Dragon's treasure? 85% chance, and I want low. And then if this fucks up, it's been a few days, so I'm gonna cast Nap and cast it again. But here we go.
Hey, don't Nick roll it. Thank you. Jesus.
He's been doing some Nick rolls tonight.
Waste not your time, my champion. Greater valors await you elsewhere.
What? Wacky.
That is wacky.
Okay. Well, we
Gods
did
be
everything we
damned.
could.
This whole thing has been a wild goose chase. These weapons are playing us for fools.
We need to, I agree. Let's put them up.
What do you mean?
Put them on the wall. Let's put them away. Let's lock them up. If they're gonna lie to us, we're not gonna use them.
Then what is our goal here? Well, not here, but now.
Well, now we need to talk to some giants here. You said, yeah.
Yep.
That's
Anton
true,
puts
yeah, we
his,
still need to find the giants.
He puts the Bloodsinger spear into his into his amulet.
Carrying it close to your heart.
No, more of in an extra dimensional space that he can't see from.
It's incredibly far away. An unknowable distance away. So the giants, the Stonewall Mountains, I believe.
Yep. Can I see the Solomon map?
We've got no map. Do we have a map of Solomon?
If we don't, I mean, I know where they are. I looked on the map.
Should we drink
I will
the
link you.
Should we drink the potion of treasure finding and just wander through this place just to find some stash of gold or whatever, or?
No,
I think
because
that's what the
I don't think
divination's
there's going to
saying.
be anything. That was the divination. That was what it was for, yeah.
True.
Hmm.
Do
We're
ion
just gonna-
stones even exist? Or are these even real things?
No idea.
They are. I found them in books, references to them. Once I heard them from the weapons. That's how I know of their properties.
Where do we even go next? What's our next mission?
We're going.
Well,
to
whilst
the-
we're here, we
yeah.
should find these giants.
Or I mean past the giants to Billard, shit.
I would still like to see that ogre mage dead.
We can either kill the generals or we can kill the red dragons.
Nick, the bow is still slung over your shoulder. You haven't tucked that away into any extra dimensional space, and there's no place to carry it but over your back, really.
Yep. No.
And so, as you talk about the giants, it speaks to you, Lord Imric McGarry. There were a clan of stone giants lurking near a lava temple, within which resided a red dragon that we have recently slain. These may be the stone giants of which you seek.
Did your former owner loot the treasure of this slain red dragon?
Indeed, they did.
And you could direct us back there to find these stone giants?
I can direct you to the lair. The giants lurked there once, but I know not where they live now. It may
And is
be
this-
a place from which to start.
Is this in the Stonewall Mountains?
My former possessor called them the Steamwall Mountains.
Yes, they must be the ones. Translation from one language to another, you understand. Very
Mountains
well.
are indeed made of stone.
We shall travel there in the morning, once we can return to the surface.
Your bow goes quiet.
Okay, the bow has informed me that it knows the location of the Steamwall Mountains and the giants that resided there. So I suggest in the morning we teleport back to the surface and fly from there.
Sure.
Yeah, we could.
How are we intending to convince these giants of our offer? Perhaps we could use a time pull spell to
I'll show
them
you the
cave.
note that the giants made for us.
Ah, yes, we have a note. Fantastic. Well, let's find rest in this cursed place for the night, and then we can leave in the morning.
Alrighty. Nothing will molest you down here. It's all fine and dandy. They'd have to go through an acid pit to get to you, and the temple is destroyed, so easy peasy. Next day.
Okay, let's see here. The only spell I need to relearn today, I think, is Fabricate. So I'm not going to learn that. I'm going to leave that spot in my spell list blank, and instead, I'm going to learn and cast Stone Skin on myself, and then learn another polymorph.
Alright.
So I'm down a level 5 slot, but that's fine. Yeah, and it's 60 minutes, right? So can I do a Stone Skin and an Invis?
That's 40 and 20, right? That's
Yeah.
60?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works perfectly.
Okay, so I Invis everyone, and then
Matters
I'll
have
teleport us.
explicitly changed. We're leaving this forever. Before we leave Koibu, can I ask the big dragon with his whole body here one more saving throw?
It has not yet been a week. No.
How long has it been?
It has been...
It's been like 3 or 4 days.
Dragon Scry, Dragon Chat, Ogre Magi, Dragonlance. It's been like 2 days.
Eventually, we'll have it answer our questions, I suppose.
Right.
Now that we have this platform, we can always return easily enough.
Yep.
All right.
It should stay here for all time.
Well, we've got its blood, so. Oh, that reminds me. While I'm here, Neil, I want to take a few vials of the Black Dragon's blood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I already have a few vials of Black Dragon blood on my character sheet, and I'll add a few more.
We'll just ignore the lack of empty vials you're carrying with you and just say you have them.
Well, you know, I've drank a lot of potions over the years, so I assume I keep the vials. I mean, why would... I'm not going to throw them away. Yeah?
I don't know why you would keep them, but it's your character.
Okay. For this exact reason.
There we go.
Alright. I now have 5 vials of Black Dragon blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I will teleport us to my teleport platform. Wait, I'll scry on it first, just to make sure it hasn't been molested in the night.
It's a good idea. It is free and clear. I mean, there's a bird on the railing, but you're not going to land there.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, I teleport us there. Onto my platform. I teleport to the top platform.
Mm-hmm.
84. Should be fine.
Excellent.
It worked! Ha! I am a genius. What a fantastic plan. We've made great breakthroughs with the teleport magic over the last few days, Anton. We make a good team.
And none.
I look from the top of my platform around the forest, Neil.
Give me a perception check as you gaze about the area.
Yes, I will. 25.
Yeah, you can see what appears to be a group of 7 goblins that are, 2 of them are watching on guard with steel weapons, and the other 4 of them are rummaging through a bush, pulling out little berries. One of them like pulls out a rat and whacks it on a rock a few times until it stops moving and tucks it in a little bag. But that's about it.
There's goblins down there. Do you think there's any merit in asking them?
Ilthar already spoke to us. She said we're not gonna find it. Let's just fuck off out of here.
Very well. I cast Polymorph Self.
Mm-hmm.
And I hand the bow to Tyrell. And before I hand it over, I'll say, guide Tyrell so he can tell me which direction to fly.
As you wish, master.
Sure. Do we need to take that black dragon body? Do we care about making dragon armor or anything more, or are we just saying fuck it?
Black, it's got shitty AC anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The bow can lead you to your destination. It is about 400 miles away, so it will take a few days of flying to get there, I think.
Well, with a nap spell, I can do 4 Polymorph Selves a day. And it lasts... is it 2 turns per level or 3 turns per level? Hang on.
It'll take a day or 2. I don't think the exact number of days in this situation matters.
Okay. Takes a few days.
Yeah, it takes a few days to get there.
Okay.
Right? There's no like hurry that you need to be somewhere.
No, I don't think so.
immediately. Okay. We will roll into February, into the heart of winter here in solemn northern hemisphere, in all the hemispheres. And on the 2nd of February, you will arrive above the Steamwall Mountains. You'll see that the south side of the mountain range has a bunch of hills from which there rise countless little fires of small mining and smelting towns. There is a road that wraps around the north of the mountains and then comes down to the south, and another one that runs from the south of the mountains to the east through the destroyed elven forest, known as Iyara Orin. This is where you guys originated through the Feywild that one time.
Yeah.
So you're very near to that region. And the bow will direct you towards a temple in the middle of the mountains, tucked nice and neatly somewhere. You can see that there's basically like a large lava pit here in the temple. This is the wrong background music.
As we enter
is
this
a-
temple area, also, just to be clear as we're flying in, my hand is going to be on the hammer. I want to make sure there are no dragons present.
There are indeed no dragons present, although the hammer does sort of get this tingling sensation in your hand. This is where we slew him. This is where we slew Rojas.
Hold on.
Red.
Okay. This is a really important question, okay?
Yes.
When I touch the hammer, do I innately feel like I have a sense of how far a dragon might feel away, or do I feel like it's the hammer communicating it to me?
It is the hammer communicating it to you. The hammer has the ability to do these things, and then it tells you what is what.
That's
Does that
really
make a
annoying.
difference?
Yeah, it's because so theoretically the hammer could lie.
Yes, these are intelligent weapons capable of deceit.
Not intelligent, mischievous.
Absolutely.
Okay,
If they're intelligent and like mischievous, I should be able to do detect lie and figure out if they're
Sure,
lying.
okay, yeah. I'm not saying this is happening, but like, imagine if they. So I don't remember well enough if like it was these weapons that we found the Iron Stones were from, right? But if they did lie to us to get us on the dragon, like imagine like the bow says, like, oh hey, there was an area where they killed a red dragon, and now they lied to get us to come here. Now the hammer's like, oh yeah, you're good at going right. I'm not saying that's happening, but like if it did, like that would be a thing.
Wait,
Okay, well,
they're
then,
not-
how about
yeah.
we start casting spells on them then, like, and just figure it out in the future? Because I do have detect lie. I can cast this.
Do you want to, as we travel before we go in, do you want to detect lie and ask them about the Ion Stones? I don't know if you can detect lie on a sentient weapon. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, we should be able to. I would assume.
How do you think that will affect your relationship with these weapons?
Fuck the
Fuck
weapons.
them if they're actually
Fuck
lying
them.
to
They're
us.
already lying.
Still lying.
So
yeah, I
you're flying
mean-
above. Are you going to stop and throw down a detect lie when you? I mean, are you gonna do this every time? How many times can you detect lie? Every time you speak with the weapons?
Okay, how about this? Let's land and have a conversation. Okay, we're gonna land outside and we're gonna
Can we
talk.
land outside the entrance
Yeah.
to this temple?
Sure. Let me just tell you what the temple looks like from above. There is a sort of a natural depression in a section of the mountains in which there is a bubbling lava pit. In the middle, not in the middle, but on one side of the lava pit, sort of against part of the mountains, is a fortress, like a large building that has been lifted off the ground, and a bridge runs over the lava pit and into a tunnel on the other side of the lava pit. You can see from above that there is a massive red dragon skeleton just sort of like stuck in the middle of this fortress area, and around it there are 6 giants.
Ah, there they are. I say to no one because I'm a horse.
I talked to Tyrael. We'll handle this later, the detect lies.
Okay.
And I'll cast tongues on myself. And I will speak to the giants.
All right, I bring us down, Neil.
Hail, giants! We are from lands called Arcadia. I think we know some of your friends. They have produced us a note here, if you'd like to read it.
The lead giant, who's the first one to step forward, says, "You, small people, have come into our sacred A note? What do you mean a note? No one has ever brought us a note from our kin before."
Pull out the note. I guess. Fuck it. Anton doesn't even fuck. Anton will walk over and hand it to him.
Sure.
Us.
Oops, that's not Anton. This is Anton. The giant will pick the note and hold it above its face and read it, and it says, "This note says you are creatures of great and terrible power." Is this true?
It is true. And we're not here to fight you. We're here to proposition if you'd like to move to our mountain range. We can teleport you there right now.
Our last master lays before you here. How could we serve one weaker than this dragon?
We've killed. I look over to the brothers. How many dragons have we killed? 5? 6? If you're really curious, we can show you the black one that we just killed.
Can we
Not-
time pull in lava? Is that a thing? Or does that have to be
That'd be cool.
water?
It has to be water. A reflecting basin is needed.
Is there any like dips in the ground where we could pour our water skins out to make a time pull?
Not obviously anywhere around here. You'd have to like construct something. It'd be kind of a pain in the butt.
I'll talk to them. Fetch me
If you are as great and powerful as you say, and then he squints and looks at you, and you're such a powerful cleric of Velthara, then you must be able to enact revenge on us for the feat of our great and mighty master, the one who we serve now unto death. If you can gain vengeance for the slaying of our dearly beloved leader,
I'll tell
then we
Tyrael
will
to
serve you, for you will
produce the
actually
gold
be
dragon
strong
armor.
enough.
Who killed this dragon?
Gilroy.
It was Gilroy on them,
A
right?
pack of pesky humans based out of the nearby town of Takhtar, run by the mighty Empire Varasi.
Do you recognize these? I'll produce the spear.
Yeah, we'll draw the weapons. Like, we possess these swords now. We're clearly not the same ones that killed your master. Revenge has already been taken.
Vengeance has been sought. Smile.
What do you
your
mean?
was it not these people who killed your dragon with these weapons? The man in the gold dragon armor?
Yes, the man in the gold dragon armor.
Tyrael, produce
He
the
and
armor.
his ilk.
Yeah, we can take out the dragon armor as well.
We throw the
Yeah.
dragon armor to their feet.
And I'll show him. I
I won't
guess I'll show
throw
him
the dragon
robe.
armor anywhere. I'll take it out and I'll display the...
Yeah, and I'll show the robe of scintillating colors.
Yeah.
Well, are you coming?
Neil's died of shock.
This is all very
Oh, no.
fast and sudden.
Elthara works quick.
How do I know you are not the men who slayed our beloved commander?
Did you not watch the men that slayed her?
Unfortunately, we were atop the cliffs, and the battle was over before we could get here. All we could see were 4 little humans in their bright gold and multicolored dragon armor.
Fetch me a basin of water, and I'll show you exactly what happened.
Behold, there is no basin of water. We are in a lava pit.
Oh, where do you drink water from then?
Gestures up the mountain.
Let's go.
Then let us go. Yeah. What are they saying, Anton?
I'll whisper to you that they're fucking stupid, and we need to go to the top of the mountain to get some water.
You can't blame them for being cautious.
Can I shake my head and I say to Anton, there are 2 possibilities as we possess these items. Either we slay the master, in which case let us fight now, and we'll kill all 6 of them as they stand, or we already killed the ones that slayed their master, and they may as well come with us and work on the mountain project that we have planned. These are the only 2 options. They can make the choice. If they truly think that we came here just to quarrel with them, then let us have at it, and then leave, instead of wasting our time.
I'll
Wait,
relay
slow.
that and say we even brought a note from your friends.
Let us just show a bit of decorum here. We've just showed up and are asking them to change their entire lives, move from one side of the world to another. The least we could do is give them an hour of our time.
I feel like decorum hasn't been something that Solomon has shown us much of at all. But if you wish, I suppose we can. If you want, we can hike up the mountain and we can do a time poll if these guys are even capable of gazing into reflective water. I don't know how smart these guys are.
We can fly, and they can follow.
I also speak with dead on this dragon. Does it work?
How long has it been
It's a new
dead?
fucking dragon.
You have a speak with dead on hand?
Nah, fuck yeah, I do.
I think this is a failure. It was a failure on the black dragon, so it's probably a failure on the red, which should have better saving throws.
I can't
The
speak
dra-
to the mountain, but tell them that we will travel with them to the top of the mountain to find a basin of water and show them what happened.
I wave off him, Rick. I'm doing cleric shit.
Listen here, humans. If you are the great and powerful beastmen that you say you are, then we want vengeance. Not simply upon those who slew our beloved commander, but on those who enabled them. The nearby town of Takhtar is a headquarters of some kind for the creatures of Varasi. There's some pesky mithril mine nearby that they value above all. Burn the town. Destroy their mining operations. Give us true vengeance. This showing up on our doorstep and saying that you've already got vengeance is most unsatisfying. It does not quell the fires in my heart, not one moment.
Is he relaying everything to us? Or are you relaying everything to us?
I tell the giants, give me a moment. I'm talking to your ex-commander. and I'll speak with the dragon. Do you know?
I'm sorry, no, the spell failed.
Oh, it failed. Sorry.
Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. I think I applied the wrong failure.
Yep, my bad. I'll relay it to the boys. Can we just go and murder the town?
I
Anton
shake
says.
my head. Absolutely not.
I will not kill innocent men and women for no reason.
You guys are a fucking bore. Let's just leave. I'm done with this. If you won't let me fucking grant them vengeance, let's just go and kill Scoria.
We already
I'm
granted
over
them
it.
vengeance. They're moving the goalpost.
They don't feel like it has been, like vengeance has been done in their gut, which is what matters.
No, they feel that vengeance has been done. They just think they have more leverage over us than they actually do.
No, I don't think that's true.
Then why did they demand vengeance against 4 people that they didn't realize
Because
were dead
it's
yet?
the town. It's the town who put them up to it.
They didn't
It's
mention the
not
town initially, did they?
Well, talk to the DM.
And if we tell them that the town has already been razed, is there another city that they'd have us pilfer instead? Or pillage?
Here, what do you want to do? I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. Hurry up. Make a decision.
How intelligent are stone giants generally? Do people like eat these things? Are they seen as like sentient, nice people, or do people just like kill them and they don't give a fuck?
Yeah, they're relatively
Those are not
intelligent, I
mutually
think.
exclusive statements. People kill sentient, nice things all the time without giving a fuck.
Anton, maybe you suggest to them we won't kill a whole town of innocent men and women, but we could kill a general or destroy a mine or do something. Anything but wanton slaughter of innocents. Obviously, that won't stand. It's not kingly.
What are they
It's
going?
also
Ask them.
thorough.
What do they plan to do here with no master to serve? Are they just gonna live their life out in this rotten magma plane, or what?
They're gonna. I'll ask.
Well, but,
I'll let you
Anton,
know. I'm getting tired of answering these questions. This is about the last one. You guys need to make a decision on what you want to do, or we need to get the fuck out of here. Anton
Perhaps
says.
suggest to them, Anton, point out the fact that if they were to travel with us, they would do one small task for us, but they would not be our servants. They would be free.
I don't think they care. I think they want to serve. But
Well, they're
Anton
not going to be able to
relay
serve
that.
because the last dragon they served fucking died under their watch without them barely noticing who slain the dragon.
This is
Relay.
not going well, I say to the two of them.
Anton relays to the giants. I can time pool and show you that we've actually gotten vengeance for you. You'll see us kill the people, but we're not going to go down there and slaughter tons of innocent people on a whim. Would you like to see the act of vengeance that you so seek being taken? Would that quell your fiery belly?
I would love to witness the demise of those who slew our great and mighty commander for who we have served a century.
Then
And
follow
I
me.
will ask you not to slaughter innocent civilians, only those part of the Varasi Empire in Taktar.
Follow me.
Only
Let me show
those
you.
Who have caused us suffering.
Okay.
And they can, pick you up and put you on their shoulders, and the whole lot of them will climb up into the mountains until they find like a nice peaceful creek filled with fresh freezing mountain water, and they'll just like carve a section out of the earth with their massive hands.
While they're doing
and,
that,
like, fill
Anton
with
naps
water.
himself so he can cast a spell. I nap myself. Or I do a flame strike on a tree somewhere, and then I nap myself, and I get time pool.
The
Tyrion up.
giants hold the note in their hand and jab her, arguing over it while Anton sleeps, in deep discussion over the contents of it.
What language are they speaking again? Neither of us.
Giant.
Yeah, okay. So neither of us can. Okay.
Yeah, we don't speak it.
Based.
We sit awkwardly while Anton sleeps, unable to
We
communicate
don't
with
sit
words.
awkwardly. We stand with our chest up high,
stand
our posture
weakly.
tall. Okay, our stature brave and
No, you're
strong.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus. We watch over our friend as he sleeps. A stern look across both of our faces as we wait for him to awaken, letting these giants know that if they're up to any trouble or mischief, they'll be slain immediately. They'll join their
won't
master
hesitate.
in eternal slumber.
Yeah. Their arguing continues until Anton wakes up, and then they grow quite silent and watch as he
Pass
pulls.
tongues. Explains to them that he is the chosen cleric of Elthara, and that he's only showing this to them to quell the fire in their bellies, and then they're gonna serve him. And then he casts his time pool, which
Show me
should
the
be like
death of
100,
Lord
should be like a
Gilroy.
95% chance because we were there. We did it. And then I want low.
Easy roll. You want low?
Easy roll.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the time pool goes off. You succeed. You spot. You can show the giants what happens. They take turns crowding near the basin. Their massive heads only able to get 1 or 2 people around at the same time, watching the unfolding battle. And as the dragon slayers are dispatched one after another, deep chortling chuckles come from the giants' bellies as they laugh in gleeful joy at seeing these people destroyed. When finally the battle is over, one of the giants will say to you, chosen of Velthara, you are a mighty warrior indeed. You have brought some small satisfaction to our hearts. That you can destroy these beasts that felled our commander is a true display of immense power. What is it that you need from us?
We need you to come back, live in our mountain range, and build our castle.
And then?
Not kill our people, and you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. I might even be getting a rock soon, so I'll be bringing some rocks over.
We have many rocks. Would you like one?
I fucking would, yes.
He picks up a rock about this big and hands it to you.
He drops it and says,
Hello.
no, like rock, and does like the bird thing.
Holy shit, Koibu is a real life detection
He's
of
a troll,
invisibility
yeah.
thing. Right on top of his desk. Nice.
Detect invisibility mug.
I asked him if they know where any rock birds are.
I always keep 6 on hand. No, you mean the massive winged massive winged creature. No, we have none nearby.
Okay, well.
Stare
We'll be bringing some of those over.
So
You can have
be
his
it.
pets, yeah.
We will come with you. We will see our kin once more. We will erect your castle as payment for your
Vengeance has been
Earlier.
done.
They
Still
coming,
not
Anton?
quite as satisfying, is it, Slagatha? Oh no. I really wish I could have been there in person to see it, Hector. I know.
Well,
But I mean, they're pretty strong. Yeah, but I mean, come on, there could just be an illusion, right? It could just be fake. They're magic. Clearly, they're magical. Oh, that's a pretty good illusion. I mean, I've seen magic in my day. I've even cast a few spells.
all right,
but-
all right. Come
pretty
around.
good.
We're gonna be teleporting back. Come, hold our hands.
Anton, they agreed.
Yeah. Let's do it quickly.
Good work, Anton. You're a diplomat. Tell them to form a circle of hands.
I'll coordinate them to form a circle and we'll hold hands.
Yeah, you form your circle of hands, you touch the giants, you teleport the fuck out of here, and the 4 hours of planning I did last night are all for naught. Just washed down the drain, never to be revisited again.
For
We're gonna
what?
Come back.
Good job.
We're going to
Good
destroy
job.
the town. Kill the mine and all that.
Wait, what are the
Shit set up. It's fine.
4 hours of planning? Wait, did you expect us to go destroy the entire town?
Hey,
Thought it
if
was
they
good.
would have
I
let
thought
me,
it would go
Koibu.
differently, and that they had a price, and it would work out, and there was gonna be some cool shit. It's fine. Don't
If
worry
they would have
about
let
it.
me, I would have, Koibu. I wanted to destroy the town.
All right,
These-
go back to Solemn. Get the fuck, or go back to our.
Well, you know, you tried to bait us with a mithril mine, but all I was thinking is, why would I care about a mine that has metal that could be so easily corroded by rust monsters? So I'm like, we might as well just go back, you know? Fuck it.
Yeah, it's fine. Go home.
We could drop a few rust monsters in the mine.
Oh, true. That'd be funny. We should teleport back and just drop some rust monsters in there.
It's all right. You've left the area. You never need to return. There's nothing fun there. You're back in Solemn.
We might go. We're back on Arcadia. We might go back someday. We'll see.
Yeah, Arcadia.
Go back someday. Don't worry about it.
Everyone feels guilty now. Okay.
Finally. All right. My new servants. I clap. Begin work. Begin construction of our keep.
Yeah, they will head over to the McGarry Keep area, meet up with the other giants, meet up with the other people. It's probably a good time to stop in and, like, you know, let the people there that are running the construction know that these giants are here to help you and set up some communication. That'll probably take a few days of, you know, hammering out details and making sure everyone works together copacetically.
See,
it's
no,
difficult.
sorry, I have a thought once we get back. Hey, you know what? What if all of the loot that Gilroy and that took over the years was stored in the base of operations in that town the Giants was looking about.
Emmerich, that's very funny. You
That is
think I'm
funny,
going
isn't
back
it?
to that shithole?
I mean, we must have gotten the majority of the best of their loot, right?
Yes, they
Like,
would have their best loot on them.
Yeah.
Perhaps, but things like
Do not feel
ironstones
bad for the
or-
old man, Emmerich. You dropped 4 dragons on us yesterday. Okay, we're good. All right, we have a few options,
Well, yeah, we
brothers.
do.
We can either go back and destroy that town if you'd like. I'm cool on that. Or we could go after the generals. Or we could do the red dragon. Or my favorite option of the bunch, we could go free the men of Matava and grant great vengeance to those women.
Free the men of Matava. How do you propose we do that?
Go in there and slay the royal family, of course.
Is that enough?
Probably.
I'm not sure the killing of a queen is enough to overthrow an entire gender-based hegemony over the course of centuries. My preference is to go and kill that ogre magi in Eridon,
My preference is actually to go save the men in Dawn's Gate in the
in the mine.
mine. It would make us heroes to the common folk of all of Drekkas.
We could do the same thing. A ring of hands. Teleport them all back.
Well, I don't know how many can be teleported via that, but maybe.
I could make a teleport platform. We could go back and forth a few times.
Are there hundreds of people?
Yeah, but if we can teleport 6 giants, we could probably teleport 20 or 30 men at a time.
Is that true, Koibu?
We've not tested the limitations of it, I guess.
I was hand waving the giant thing because I'm a little bit salty, but I honestly don't know how Anton touches 6 giants and the 3 of you all at the same time.
Wait, don't we just hold hands?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
but
it was
the
like a
giant-
ring of
the
hands.
giant hand is like Anton has to be in touch with each of the things. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
do I though? That's like Imric.
Emric, yeah.
Well, I was
Does
suggesting
he
that
have
maybe
to be
we
in
don't.
touch, or do they have to touch him? Like, could everybody put a hand on him and then go?
Sure, but the giant's hands are like, big. There is a maximum limit to the number of people that can touch one
Sure.
person at a time. And when you make things huge, like 18 feet tall, that becomes problematic. I was just trying to get us out of there without having to spend like 3 hours figuring out the means of teleporting giants, but I didn't want to like set a precedent of teleporting
Well,
vast
worst
numbers of
case-
people all at once.
We would just build a teleportation platform. Imric would teleport back every day, bring like 2 giants with him. We would just move that way. But yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
how many human people can you get to touch you at one time, Imric? Do you think? 10,
Well,
20?
listen, I had some good times in the days before I started adventuring, but I don't think I ever managed more than half a dozen to touch me at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyrael,
Sounds
do you have
about
any
right.
ideas?
I think our efforts are best spent going after Scoria's generals next.
You don't care about being a hero and saving people?
Well, I mean, we'd be the savior to one half the city and a terror to the other, no?
Explain.
Are you talking about freeing the men of Matava or whatever?
No. Sorry. The people who are trapped in Dawn's Gate.
Oh,
the Dracusian
the ones
soldiers.
in the mines.
That's what I really want to save. Yeah. It would grant the McGarry family the most good fortune and will.
Yeah,
There are-
probably, especially because they're most likely to keep alive, like the more important soldiers and everything
Yeah.
for potential hostage negotiations, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't.
be sure that any soldiers we killed there would at least be our enemy. We could not feel too bad about it.
Yeah, of course. This is probably the best thing to do next, I would say. Yeah, I think so. Either that or a general, yeah. Where is this relative to the Ironbark Grove? It's to the north, right? Sky Lake?
Sky Peak.
Yeah, I see it.
Sky Peak. How do you transport? How many people was it, Emmerich? Or do you remember?
I consult my memory now. as to how many people it was there? A couple of
I
hundred?
don't think. Yeah, there was never a solid number. It's just the prisoners have been put there, and estimates are at least hundreds, but you would have to get there to find out the real number.
Why do I think it could potentially be more than 1,000 people?
Like technically in theory, but that would have required Scoria to leave thousands of survivors, and the estimates are that there might be hundreds, or maybe scores.
Let's talk to Arksambar and see if she has a good idea for teleporting or getting out hundreds of people. If you want, I could go tame a rock real quick, teach it to fly for us, which would take about a week, and then we get a big bag, we have them hold the bag, and we just pile people on.
I've read a cleric spell called Dimensional Folding that kind of works like teleport, but opens up a portal from one location to another. I know you don't have access, Anton, but perhaps we could procure a scroll of it. Surely, for this task to return hundreds of our best soldiers from behind enemy lines,
How did we say that?
surely it would be worth it.
Did we say that slow teleport spell wouldn't work? You move at like max move speed through an area. Did they have any of those circles set up near this area?
You had to have like a ring, and you had to hold it, and you had to go through. So it was only like 6 or 7 people could use it at a time. It was something
okay.
like that.
Let me
Yep.
speak with Arksambar and see if I could procure such a scroll, because this would make our
We might
trip
be able
much
to
easier.
get dimensional folding, yeah.
I could read it with my glasses. It shouldn't be a problem.
Dimensional folding is a cleric spell,
4th
Yeah.
level cleric spell, yeah.
so you would need a cleric to cast it.
You could
Oh,
cast
just
scroll.
would my glasses not allow me to cast that? No.
I don't think that was a property of your glasses. That
Could
you
I not cast a
use.
scroll of dimensional
Yeah,
folding?
you could cast
Yeah,
it.
you could cast a
Oh,
scroll
yeah.
of dimensional folding.
Yeah, okay.
Arc Somber wouldn't be able to acquire this for you. You would need another cleric who could do
Oh,
so.
I understand that, but she might be able to speak to a cleric for us and get it done, as opposed to us trying to do it.
Yeah.
It might be a bit more heavy-handed.
Yeah, it's good that you're in good with all of the high important clerics in town.
Good that they work for the queen, and they're the queen's bitch, so they gotta do whatever the fuck she says.
Well, I shall explain the importance of the matter to Arksambar, and I'm sure between her and the queen, we can get this done.
Maybe before we do this, let's talk to the queen and make sure this is a good idea and there's not some missing political bullshit where she's like, oh, well, actually, this is gonna fuck us hardcore if you do this, you stupid McGarry fucks. You don't understand, right?
Yep, I agree.
Cyril, show a bit more respect, please.
That was in my head. Are you reading my
okay.
thoughts?
Fine, let us return to the capital, and I will go up to the 6 new giants as they acquaint themselves and give them a sort of small bow and wave them goodbye and say, goodbye to them in my language. And wish them
The
luck.
giants are joined with the other stone giants whose lair you teleport to. They grasp each other's arms and say what appears to be greetings in their giant tongue. They wave you goodbye.
Do
Your
our
giants translate for them.
giants speak Dracissian, right?
Speak your tongue,
I'll have them
yes.
translate for me, and I'll say, "Great giants of Steamwall Mountains, welcome to Dracis, and welcome to our mountain range. Your work for us here will be a short one. We need some stones excavated and some help with the building, but once that is done, you are free to use these
Well,
mountains
hold
as
on,
your home."
Emmerich.
Yes,
I
say.
speak to the main giant in tongues. Are we your masters now, or what's up with that?
You said we did not need to serve you, that all we needed to do was one small task and then we would be free. We hold you to those words.
And on. All right.
I go back and say, well, I just wanted, we are leaving now, but I wanted to offer a greeting and a welcome to my home, and I hope you enjoy your stay here, and we shall be seeing you again in the future.
Fare thee well, strange wizard from afar.
And I will reduce Anton and put him in a pocket because he's being belligerent, and then I'll tell her how.
Look how tiny the thing has become. I can't even see him. Someone bring me a seeing glass to magnify the creature.
And then I'll teleport us back to our home.
Okay. The party arrives home after an unsuccessful attempt to find the Black Dragon's lair, but a highly successful attempt to accrue some giants. Now, these giants will allow you to increase the ability, increase the skill of your workers, which will dramatically lower the building time and building costs of your base. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And it will bring us to, what was it, half a year to make? Or
I think
we
it was
still
it was either going to be half the time or half the cost. Right? It's one or the other, you said.
Right. Normally, to cut the time in half, you have to increase the costs by 4.
Okay. I think we're doing it in a year then at half the cost. Right? Guys?
Sure.
I don't fucking know.
Wait, it'd probably
shit.
be better to do it sooner at more cost, right? Like we want this
I
to
would
be...
rather that, yeah.
Because
I
like,
think,
if it's...
didn't we run the numbers there and we didn't have enough money? I thought.
Maybe. All I'm thinking is that like, within a year, Scoria is probably going to be dead, right?
Yes.
So if it takes longer than a year to get our keep done, like what the fuck is the point? I guess it's just nice to have it in the post-Scoria world.
Yeah.
I want
It's
to play
more
around
of
with
a-
their cube.
It's more of a roleplay thing than anything that's actually going to help us, right?
Well, no. I thought it was
Well,
supposed
like you
to...
said, she's going to be dead by the time.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. If we get
built.
it built a little bit quicker, it can actually help us. We didn't spend a whole fucking episode on like, LOL, this will be fun to roleplay for the wiki when the campaign is over, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Well,
I think it'd be cool to
Twice.
accelerate the build time.
twice the cost then.
Fine.
Well, it's not fine if we don't have it, but yeah.
We'll get it.
We are about to liberate the mithril mine, so maybe we will.
Wait, are we? We're going back? Or oh no, different mithril mine.
Yeah, that's where the prisoners are.
True. We're probably
Let's go
not
back to
we're
the
not
other
going to be
mithril mine.
like capturing and holding that land though, right?
No.
I think it came out to 141,000 gold with the high worker skill.
Boom.
So to do that in 6 months instead of a year would cost you 564,000
we
gold.
can't. Well, we can't do that.
That's with the stone giants. It's like 500,000 instead of a million now.
No, it's 500,000 instead of 100,000. If you wanna double the time, or sorry, if you wanna cut the time in half, it's gonna be 500,000 gold.
Yeah,
versus
it would be
100,000
a million to do it in.
Oh, but he's already factoring in the stone giant bonus, is what I'm asking. Was
Right.
that-
Without
yeah,
the
right.
stone giant bonus, it's like 850,000 gold to do it in 6 months. With the stone giant bonus,
How much do we have available to us again?
it's 563,000.
We have like 100 or 200,000 gold, and then
425.
we have 425,000 gold.
No, sorry, I just talking
Oh,
to you.
okay.
We can finance it. We'll get the money.
factors are multiplicative, so the total gold
Oh,
cost is
okay.
Times 1.1 without the stone giants, or times 0.73 with the stone
Okay,
giants.
sorry, my mistake. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we'll get the money. We'll go kill some dragons. We're getting, gold from
Can
someone.
we not take a loan from the crown and then just pay them? Does that not work?
Totally.
I ask you, Tyrael.
We totally could. We'll ask the queen when we go ask her about freeing the prisoners. Let's go. To the queen. To our wonderful auntie.
You can indeed make audience with the queen.
Yeah.
I want to show her us actually fighting I want to show her the 4-dragon thing, if that's cool with the bros.
I
I
yeah.
think her seeing that could
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or we'll chat with her and
Yeah,
then we'll
sure.
ask her
I
if
mean,
she
why
wants to
not?
say, yeah. We don't want to come off as like braggarts, I guess, but.
Sure.
Where is she?
She
My
is, of course, in the castle, and it'll take you, half a day or so to get an audience with her because War is busy doing stuff, but you don't give a shit about what she's up to. So eventually, you get audience with the queen.
Can we get Ark Sambar in this discussion as well?
Yes. It'll have to be late in the evening, but you can do it with Ark Somber as well.
Good.
In a cozy parlor on the top floor of the castle. Two
We get our head
armed
cleric as well.
soldiers here. Yes, a head cleric can be here as well for this. Bring the whole group of folks together. Clertus too?
No, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I invite Cletus on the way up.
Nerd.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
All
Give a
right.
bow. Good evening, my queen.
Good evening, my beloved nephews. How goes our efforts?
Our adventures have been going well. We have hit stumbling blocks, but we've overcome all of them thus far. Now we are setting our eyes upon a new mission. I think it's fair to say that the crown, and more specifically you, have invested quite a bit of resources and vested quite a bit of trust in the three of us to accomplish a great mission in secrecy. And to that end, I think we've accomplished quite a bit. Obviously, you can see the magical equipment that adorns us and the minor objectives we've completed in the background. I think for the next mission, we're trying to set our eyes on something that might be a bit more visible to the kingdom. One, so that it seems as though we're having a positive effect on the war. Maybe people will have lifted spirits. And two, because there might be some strategic advantage in this. Three of us have been discussing amongst ourselves, and we suggest to you for our next mission that we free the prisoners on Sky Peak. Or not on Sky Peak, but in the mines beneath Sky Peak. What think you of this plan?
I'm sure there'll be many a noble family who would love to have their child return home.
It's one
Not
thing
to mention
for
the return of some powerful soldiers.
Yes, it's one thing for the McGarrys to be slaying dragons in the background, and though these make for epic tales, it might be better to have us marching home with hundreds of our own soldiers, friendly faces, retaken from Scoria's grasp. Perhaps it'll make the importance of our mission more immediate and relevant to the average soldier. Maybe it'll raise morale among the troops.
Not to mention perhaps impacting the revenue from the mithril mine, maybe hampering their ability to pay Matava for food.
Somber speaks up. I think this will have very little material impact on the war. A few hundred soldiers, plus or minus, is relatively a minor cause, and whoever has been captured there has surely already paid their debts to the kingdom, and I doubt would see action again. From a material standpoint, I don't see this being particularly useful.
Anton gives like a scowl, and he'll pipe up. I've talked to many a family, and there are hundreds of people who are missing children. These aren't just numbers, Arkasambar. Each one of these people has a life, a soul. They're missed. It might not be material to you, but to these families, it's everything.
The head cleric pipes up as well. As the great cleric Anton says, there's more to war than simply who wins and who dies and the number of soldiers lost in the process. Being able to rescue our fallen or lost comrades is a noble and worthy effort of everyone's attentions.
What is the head cleric again?
Mother Lorraine. She is a cleric of Nadinus.
I give her a nod, you know. Her and I haven't had the best history, but we agree.
The queen considers. What you say is surely a worthy effort. Not only is it a good display to our people to go to every length to rescue them when captured, but the propaganda efforts, the propaganda that can be produced from this is great and mighty. Is this something well within your capabilities? I would hate to risk the greater plan for something of minor but of significant value.
The only issue, Oxombar, is returning the prisoners to Drekis once freed. I'd read of a cleric spell. Unfortunately, Anton is not granted it by Valthara, named Dimensional Folding. It creates a portal for a time between two locations. My understanding is we could use this to transport the freed men from their prison back to Wicthron Renta. We don't have access to it ourselves, but perhaps a scroll could be procured.
What level is Dimensional Folding?
4th level.
Third?
I think
Fourth?
the only the person that'll have it is going to be the Martha cleric who lives in town. Because they can cast uplift.
I've got no doubt that we could free these men. And
The cleric speaks up. Mother Lorraine speaks up and says, "The components for such a spell, such a scroll would be exotic indeed. I'm finding someone capable of casting it is not a problem. Being able to inscribe it onto a scroll would require, I don't know what, we'd have to do the research, but it would require an exotic ingredient, which the clergy has not the time to get at this point. If
Perhaps
you
we
can
could-
acquire the exotic ingredient on our behalf, then the scroll can be made."
What
That is
exotic?
an option.
Yeah, what exotic ingredient are we talking about? Does Arxamber or Clortis happen to know off the top of their head what they would need?
Arxamber pompously speaks up. Exotic materials can only be required through adventure on the part of the character. Silk woven from a phase spider, or a faceted diamond never exposed to light, an archmage's bone, a lock of a goddess's hair, or steel smelted from a fallen star are all exotic materials. Intangible materials include tears of a heartbroken princess, the strength of the greatest king in the world, or the essence of a rose harvested by the light of a comet that returns once every 20 years. The component itself will have to be discovered through research, which I'm sure the clergy can do, but finding such exotic ingredients are difficult. It would be a task in and of itself.
Alternatively, we could have one able to cast it at the ready, and once the battle is won, I could return here with a teleport and take them back to the scene so they could cast their spell. They could even, in fact, the portal is two-way, so they could cast it from Wictron Arenta, given a signal from myself.
How would they know where to make it?
Pre-agreed point.
How about we just bring her with us?
It's dangerous. She'd die.
Wait,
Nobody's
what?
gonna
Danger?
die under
It's
our
not.
watch,
Yeah,
Emmerich.
we're the three of us will be there. If anybody's dying, it would be the three of us, and I don't think we intend to die.
Nobody is dying, Emmerich. We could bring the Martha Cleric. They could cast Dimensional Folding back, and it would be the easiest thing in the world. If needed, if you really want to keep her safe, we could leave her in the bag of holding while we clear out the mine, pull her out, she will Dimensional Folding back, and all of these people will be home. It is literally as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Depends on the attitude of the caster, I would say. Not all clerics are made for battle, such as yourself, Anton.
She doesn't need to battle. She just needs to be in a bag.
This requires a 7th level priest. There are only a few in town.
The Martha Cleric has casted Uplift for me, which is 4th level anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume
What level is the Martha Cleric in the Wayfarers?
she's not a Martha Cleric, she's a Tempos Cleric. And she doesn't have it. I looked.
Could we not... Given I can't cast the spell on the beacon spell, if you could give me a scroll of beacon, could you not work with the cleric yourself? I could send you a message to say the beacon is up, and then you could use it to pinpoint the location for the dimensional folding.
This is indeed a clever approach. You would have to create the beacon here so that I may attune to it. We would need some sort of mind-reading spell to grant her the exact location. A rapport spell, perhaps? She says
What?
towards the other person. Which is another 4th level spell. So we need someone capable of casting 2 4th level spells. And have both rapport and dimensional folding. But that would do it quite well.
Who has rapport?
Let's see. So 2 4th level spells is at least an 8th level cleric. And let's see if Martha has rapport.
Don't think she does.
I don't think she does either.
She doesn't.
Venus does not have rapport.
Maybe
Clerics can
Tempos?
cast detect magic, though. Can they not locate a beacon themselves?
Not from that distance, no?
Ooh, actually,
Tempos has it, yeah.
let me reread the beacon spell. Because I might be mistaking it with something else. Magic. So the detect magic of a beacon, it has a short range. Locate beacon is what you need to detect something from that far away. Because you're going to be like 100 miles or something.
What's
so
the
you
problem
would
with
need a wizard?
just bringing the cleric?
Yeah, I guess. I just feel like it's a harder sell, but if we can convince the cleric to come with us, then that's fine.
The cleric of Martha should want to save as many lives as possible. This is
I mean,
the
I'll-
easiest
I'll-
way to save 200 people.
Alternatively, though, we free the men, I build a teleport stand, we leave the cleric in the dragon cave, I use the amulet to teleport back to her, pick her up, teleport back to the place. Then she sets
That
up
could work,
the
yeah.
dimensional folding and we go back.
As long as you can succeed your teleport rolls, that seems perfect.
Sure.
Yeah. She will have to sit with the giants for a day, but
They're friendly, right?
yeah, of course.
Huh.
The most. My queen, can you give us a writ for this? I, regrettably, am not on the best terms with the Martha cleric.
Thought it
No
was
cleric
then-
of Martha would turn down the opportunity to restore life if asked by their queen. I shall see to it that they comply with your needs in this matter.
Fantastic.
Now to other
Yeah.
news. Tyrael, about the keep.
I nod. So, we were attempting to erect a keep to the northwest. I believe you're already familiar with it. As this war is ramping up, Scoria's offensive efforts are ramping up. Do you know where we might procure a bit of extra gold for payment in order to accelerate the construction of said keep? Or worry that at current pace, it might be too little too late for it to be constructed in time. Now, obviously, I'm sure the Crown's pocketbook is a bit stretched with the war going on. Are there any private lenders or anybody that you might know of that'd be willing to make a sizable loan?
Indeed, there is. The merchant that helped finance and operate the excursion to Caledonia has seemingly endless pockets and abilities to motivate workforces. I recommend you get in touch with the merchant known as Richard.
We nod.
We know of him.
Okay.
Are you on good terms with him?
I think so.
Vaguely.
No relationship is unsalvageable, I would say.
Splendid. Then this seems to have solved itself.
Indeed.
Any other need of me?
Well, unfortunately, the last time we asked Richard for help with something like this, he was insistent that one of us marry his daughter.
It is reasonable for one man to wish to, who will spend large sums of money to ask for something in return.
Also sounded
Does
like
it
he
not?
wanted us to go and kill his newly brought back son.
Well, it did sound like that, my queen, but we can't be certain. He wasn't explicit.
I can
But it
time
did
pull it if you'd
sound
like.
like he had negative feelings towards his heroic, legendary son.
In-law.
The cleric of Nadinus speaks up. She fingers in Anton's direction and says, "That is because your mind has been clouded by that curse you wear around your neck. You see everything as a threat. You see everything as an opposition to you, and you spread your vile vengeance everywhere you walk.
I speak
I have
up.
sat here in this chamber with you out of loyalty to our shared queen, but you will be a blight upon this land."
This is a totally inappropriate
Jeez.
outburst.
With all
Yeah.
due respect, based on the missions we've undertaken so far, we do see treachery everywhere because treachery tends to lurk everywhere. I suggest you hold your tongue if you're not familiar with where we've been or what we've been through. It is incredibly rude and disgusting of you to launch an attack on my brother like this.
If you speak to me in that manner again, the queen will need a new head cleric. I warn you.
Now who's speaking to someone in an inappropriate manner? Have you threatened my life here before our queen? I am the High Cleric of Wicthron Rorenta. How dare you?
Anton smiles.
I shake my
Queen
head.
puts out a level hand. Children, do not fight. This is not the time for us to be quarreling amongst each other.
Wise.
Is what she says true, Anton? Does your amulet bring with it an aura of... She kind of waves her hand in
My
vagueness.
queen. She is incorrect. She's being fed lies by her deity. I have no idea. I can show you the exact conversation if you'd like with the time pool, and you can make your own assumptions. I think that you'll make the same ones that I've drawn. Listen to Richard speak.
I trust you to take care of these things. A queen should not have to meddle in what appears to be petty affairs. But if the two of you cannot work out your differences, my loyal servants and subjects, Mama's gonna have to step in and slap a bitch, she says, breaking her normally calm demeanor. Gets to her feet and heads out.
Well, that was successful.
I glare at at the head cleric. Is she still in here?
Yeah, she's still in here fuming.
If you have a problem, speak them.
Your brother is only as noble as your name, she says.
And the McGarry name is not noble to you? Have we not accomplished great feats so far in the name of this kingdom? Do you doubt our mission?
I doubt your spirit.
What do you have to show for that?
Tyrell, she's just jealous. Her deity hasn't granted her anything. She's a nobody.
She's not a nobody, though. That is unfortunate for us. She has a great negative opinion of our family. She holds such a high position in this kingdom. I think that's something we ought to be concerned with. I'm just curious,
Sadly,
though,
heard the
why
things
she
you
would have...
done,
Why would
the
she...
disgrace you brought upon my goddess, the looting of her temples.
Really looted temples? What was that?
We killed the mermaids and looted the crown that's on my head. I tipped the crown. I don't know what it is, to her.
Good day to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nadinus has a problem. Tell her to come down here herself and speak to me.
Now, please.
I'm not going to go through you. And Anton will storm out.
Can we not all agree to disagree here? There's bigger problems to fry. The two of you can settle your disagreements once the deed is done.
I suppose if she has more...
things to argue about.
It sounds as though she has more loyalty to mer people than she does to people of her own kingdom. Perhaps it's best if we leave here.
Perhaps. As Tyrell follows Anton out, I'll sort of turn back around and go up to Sombar, and the priest is there, but I'm talking to Sombar and say, are you able to coordinate speaking with the Martha cleric and organize the arrangements?
I shall do so. But the cleric of Nadinus is not wrong. There is an aura projected by that amulet.
I know, I told him myself. I felt its effects, but needs must. Anton has become
uncontrollable,
more powerful than anyone could imagine. Without him, we would have surely met our end. And so he must be given respect for that.
Just beware the dangers that it presents.
Boss.
This room here, Arksomber motions to the physical room that you're in, has never been so tense as when three of you are present together.
Boss, I live with it every day, Arksomber. You don't have to explain it to me. Soon our job will be done and we can return to normalcy. But until that time, we can't really rest on our laurels here. I only hope that all of you can take his words with a pinch of salt and understand it in the greater context of what we're trying to do here. When we seek war and battle at every turn, it's no surprise that our minds are quick to anger.
You are in a dangerous business. Good luck to you.
I shall catch up with you in a day or two. Goodbye, and I give a nod to the... Oh.
We've located a copy of that spell Ultravision that you were looking for.
Ah,
It
you
should
have.
be here within a week or two. It's being
Fantastic.
returned from lands far away.
I look forward to seeing it. Perhaps we could study it together, Somba. Or not?
You know, I'm single for life, you know.
I wasn't
interest
implying
in
that. You are.
Okay.
You make presumptions that are unneeded. I do my
It was
speaking
the
all
amulet, I
over it.
swear. It was the amulet.
Yeah, of course. I walk out, embarrassed.
She walks out embarrassed and heads the other direction, leaving Clertus and the cleric to whisper behind your backs.
Yeah, okay. I nod at Class as well. I forgot he was there. All right.
Everyone
Catch up then.
fucking Clertus. You know.
As he walks out of the room, I'll be standing there with my arms crossed. I rolled to detect noise. Is this enough to hear their conversation?
No, actually. It should be. It absolutely should be. When you press your ear to the door, you hear literally nothing on the other side of it. This door is definitely magically warded in some way, shape, or form to prevent the passage of sounds.
Okay.
That's cool.
I come out and see Tyrael like folding his arms with a scowl on his face. And I stop with a shocked look on my face. Tyrael, what did I do now? I was just smoothing things over.
Why do you need to engage in apologetics when we're not there to hear you speak?
It's not that. You two left. I was just making sure that things weren't any worse than when we first arrived.
Sorry, were your lips unable to move before we left the room? It's not as though we hurried off. Well, maybe Anton stormed off a bit, but...
You're right. You're right. Perhaps I should have said something when you were still there.
I don't like the dynamic that you are the one soothing Arc Somber as the two of us leave.
I don't like it. I don't like it either, Tyrael, but it seems that I'm the only one willing to do it.
I mean, at the very least, I'm willing to be more understanding of people's inability to deal with Anton, but I think it's better that we have at least somewhat of a two-person unified front on this issue, rather than me seeming as though I've thrown my lot in with him and his crazy vengeance obsession.
You're right, I didn't think of the optics, but if it makes you feel better, I was mostly speaking to Oxsummer. I didn't really exchange any words with the cleric.
And how does she feel about this? Does she side with the cleric, or does she feel like the cleric's being unreasonable?
We didn't really speak about that. I was just explaining that our current occupation leads us to be quick to anger or quick to think of treachery or dangers. I was just explaining that it's a symptom of our occupation and we don't mean anything by it. I'm sure that once this is all over, we can return to some form of normalcy.
And Arc Somber had no position on this whatsoever, despite not trusting even you in the past?
She said that Anton's amulet is indeed projecting an aura that angers those around it, and that she's not seen the throne room as tense as when the three of us are there.
We're in the midst of a war, and there hasn't been a more tense conversation than some uppity cleric complaining to some other cleric about their choice of deity. I find that hard to believe.
Not.
Unless this war is going much more smoothly than I assumed.
Such is the power of the amulet, I think. That's the point.
So, is there some action that we ought to take?
I don't think so. I mean, if I had my way, perhaps he would wear it less often, but I don't think even you will be able to convince him of that.
What does the amulet do as he wears it? Aside from the status, I guess, of being Velthara's chosen child.
You mean, what does it do to benefit him?
Yeah, does he need to wear it constantly?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know the mechanics of his magics. I'm sure it provides some great benefit. An artifact like that, it was literally given to him by the goddess herself.
Well, perhaps we could have a conversation with him about it later, but it's going to come down to what the amulet affords him as it's being worn. It might be something we wouldn't want him to have off either, no?
Yeah, I think until the job is done, maybe we approach the subject once Scoria is slain.
Okay.
For now, we can't. I don't think we can risk causing a rift between us over it.
All right, Maynard, we leave. Or I'm ready to leave.
All right. Maybe it's about break time?
Sure. We'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
We are going to have a fucking seance. Not seance. We're having a meeting in one of our bedrooms right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Crisis meeting.
I call everybody here. How's Mom doing? Is everything okay back in the capital? Is she here, or is she at the keep being built, or what's going on?
She's mostly overseeing the construction of the keep. I
Okay.
don't know how interested you are in this, if we're going to try and get through.
Not that
the
interested.
remainder.
I don't even know how much we're gonna get through right now. I'm not that interested. Just making sure there's no crises. Nothing bad is happening, right?
No crises.
Okay. Same thing with my followers. Everything's going okay with them. I would stop and say hi, make sure everything is.
No crises.
Okay. All right. As we are in our room, I have all of us draw our dragon weapons, place them in our laps, so that we can all communicate to each other and everything. Touch the weapons to each other if we need it as well.
Yeah, okay.
Anton, I would hope, has prepared some detect lie spells.
Yeah, if you're calling a seance or whatever, Anton will nap. He'll prepare 3 detect lies. I'll prepare like a time pool and I don't know, 3 call upon faiths if needed.
Mm-hmm.
First, before we let our weapons touch or anything, I say that we do a quick time pool of us, of the weapons telling us about the ion stones.
Is that possible? I don't know if
it's in our head, right?
Yeah, I don't know if a time pool will show us conversations in our head.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah. I have memory spells that I could do.
Well, can't we just remember? Did they? I don't remember that.
No, they did. 100%.
They did.
Okay,
sure.
Then we're gonna say that we'll make our purpose known and everything. So as we sit down, we begin to communicate. So we've recently come across a great problem. We went off to a foreign land. We slayed a black dragon, and the three of us almost forfeit our lives in front of 3 other dragons in order to acquire a great treasure that we believe you told us existed. And now we've come to find that not only does the black dragon not have it, these treasures may have never existed in the first place, and what's more worrying is you pretend to not even know what we heard you speak of. If we cannot trust you as weapons, then this relationship no longer works. We do not demand that you be servants of us, but we're definitely not going to be servants of yours. So we're going to begin to cast spells to determine whether or not you're being truthful, unless there's something more that any of you wish to say now before we begin this process.
Bloodsinger begins to vibrate. The other weapons seem to resonate with it, and a moment passes.
They just got their stories straight.
Bloodsinger speaks to you first. I encouraged you, perhaps inappropriately, to seek the Black Dragon.
When you say perhaps inappropriately, what you mean to say is you told a bold-faced lie to bait us into the dragon's lair. Is that my understanding?
Dragons have great treasures. It is not impossible that this dragon may have ion stones. It was bad intelligence. But people have gone to war on less, and you came out victorious. I don't see the problem.
Well, I looked to my 2 brothers. We speak again to the weapons. Surely you understand the problem, that we cannot trust you. And there's no purpose for us to carry you with us until we have to slay Scoria herself.
Harbinger speaks up. What my dear beloved brother is trying to say is that we shall give you a greater picture of what we know as we know it. It would not be in anyone's interest for us to fight. You need us for your purposes, and we need you. Should we come into real conflict, both of us would be wounded by the problem. And I don't mean physically. I mean in our efforts, in our plans, in our abilities to work together. We are symbiotic with you and you with us.
I shake my head. Well, the dragon already cost us our wish scroll, which is incredibly important and incredibly unfortunate. We weren't able to recover any other treasure from that dragon or from its lair. So, we're not on the best track record so far.
How many, if there is one large problem in the loss column, how many are in the win column? I do believe the good we have done together far outweighs the negative.
Really? What good have we accomplished thus far to add to that win column? Curious.
Can you not see it for yourself? Have we not aided you in the slaying of dragons and will aid you in the freeing of your kingdom?
I'm trying to think. We've only killed
the land.
We didn't kill Azeron with these weapons, did we?
No.
No? We killed the one
Killed Abraxia.
Abraxia, which had nothing, right? And
Yeah,
then we killed like
it had
a
money.
black dragon. Yeah, we killed a black dragon that had nothing. We killed some brown dragons that had nothing. So I think for a moment to the dragons we've killed, we have slain some dragons. So I'm curious, you tell me, perhaps you value things in different ways than we. Do you think there's been any amount of treasure that we've acquired from the slaying of dragons so far that would be commensurate for the wish scroll that we had to sacrifice in order to bring you back?
I'm sorry, is this not a rhetorical question? Make your points, please.
I believe we've already made our point. I don't suppose you can... I don't suppose you can do much of anything for us. I look to Anton and Imric. Well, do you two have any questions?
The least you can do going forward is not to lie. And we will get you dragon blood.
It's a bare minimum request.
It is a very reasonable request, and it shall be complied with. Shan't it? And the spear sort of like weakly and meekly vibrates in response. Pay no heed to my bloodlusty brother. He thinks only of murder and violence. Sometimes these thoughts cloud his judgment.
Okay,
Why not?
let's go save some people.
I would like to be clear, though. For the nature of our relationship, it is not as symbiotic as you present it to be. We can exist perfectly fine without you, though it might make our adventures more difficult, but you absolutely require us in order to taste any more dragon blood. Don't ever forget that.
It's not remotely true.
Which part of that is not remotely true? We could bury you in the sea. We could bury you so far into the ground that nobody would find any of you for generations to come. We could destroy you once more, perhaps feed you to another set of rust monsters. We've already done that one time and seen that it's easy enough to destroy you. We already slayed powerful dragons before ever coming across you. We could slay more dragons afterwards. Again, might require more preparation, but just be clear, we work as partners. We are not servants to you, but if there's anyone subservient in this relationship, it would be the 3 or 4 of you to us.
We will serve you as long as you serve our purpose.
Okay, I'm good. To Sky Peak.
All right, I take my bow back. First of all, we must transport the cleric to the to Azeron's lair. From there, we can fly to Sky Peak.
We'll do that the next day because Anton needs to relearn all his spells.
Yeah, well, I think it might take Sambar a day or two to set it up. So yeah, I think we
Anton
for a
with
couple of
detect
days.
lies, he'll go around, he'll see if there's any couples fighting. He's gonna get to the bottom of it, and he's gonna help people get some petty vengeance. You know, wife thinks he's cheating on him. Anton's gonna go detect lie, either prove that he's innocent or, you know, prove he's lying. So I got 3 of those.
Spend some time getting petty vengeance for the locals of the area.
Yeah, Anton will go ruin some lives. He'll go to
Impress
the
some
town
lives.
square and scream out, "Do any of you detect your husbands are cheating? Come now. I will, I, the great cleric of vengeance, will get vengeance for you." And he'll let people come up and quiz their
Very
partners.
quickly, a young woman begins to move in your direction. The husband reaches out, or presumably husband reaches out and like grabs her wrist, and they seem to fall into argument.
I go over to them, actually. Looks like there's
Is
a
the-
problem here. I'm here to sort it out. The cleric of vengeance, Velthara's mighty chosen. Do you have any questions, miss?
The man quickly speaks up. Lord Anton, great and mighty lord, how may we serve you today? We are ever so grateful for the things you have done for the kingdom.
I wave him off so he shuts up. Miss, I was speaking to you.
I need vengeance done.
What needs done?
5 times this man has walked past the trash without taking it out while it is full. 5 times he has told me he would take it out. 5 times he has sworn to me that it would be done, but at his rate. And when was the trash taken out? Not yet. It remains in the household days and days after. He has one task.
Anton smacks
One
him.
task.
Just smacks him across his face. Backhands him. D4?
Yeah.
2 plus whatever, I don't know. What I
Yeah,
get
you
on that,
smack him across the face. He stumbles backwards, and already having let go of the wrist of the woman, bolts down the road. She looks at you, gives you a deep curtsy. Thank you, Lord Anton.
Yeah.
There is other petty vengeance to be found, but I will not waste our time with it.
What Anton does with his day.
Okay. Anything else?
All right, no, I'll check in with Arksombar the next day to see if the preparations are ready or, you know, however long it's going to take.
The cleric will be ready to go the day after. She needs to square away some things back here just in case she dies. She can't like leave empty-handed. Like you leave things in a state of disarray. So, a little while to prepare for the worst-case scenario,
Okay. Yeah.
and then she'll be ready to go.
All right. I think we just wait for that.
Okay.
I guess, I suppose, just really quickly, I will just have a conversation with Clertus about the Ion Stones. We don't need to roleplay, just in case he's not doing anything right now. So I say to him, we had a lead on these things. I know they're out there somewhere, I've read of them. But our lead turned out to be false, and they weren't there. These are integral to my plan for dealing with Scoria. If you find yourself at a loose end, Clertus, please do what research you can.
Of course, he's on it. He's doing everything he can, but he will once again tell you that pretty much all of the useful high-level magic that he knows about in Arcadia has already been looted, and that there's not much that he can reliably pinpoint. You know,
I understand,
maybe a ring here or
Clertus.
a rumor there, but
If you can find even rumors of where these lie, even if it's across the seas in Solemn or the Dardanelles, we will track them down.
okay.
I cast 3 Unfailing Endurances on the brothers, and I also do my Speak with Dead. Probably been a week.
Mhm.
My 1, I guess.
Yeah, let's roll that d20. An 18 is a pass on the saving throw. We'll have
Does he
come
get to
back
do
another
2 a
time.
week? Or not? 1 a week?
1 a week.
No, I
probably.
think we're just gonna
Fine.
do 1 a week until there's a failure.
Cool. I am ready to go with my spell list.
Okay. So the party is ready. You're going to fly your way to Sky Peak. No, you'll put the cleric in the Stone Giant's lair.
Yep.
You will
And we'll
fly your
fly
way
from
to
there.
Sky Peak. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Invisible,
Use some
fly
shit.
away to Sky Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
So, wait, how many polymorphs is it going to take me to get there, Neil?
From the Giant's lair.
112, 13 miles, maybe something like that.
Sorry, I think that was the wrong spot that you're pinpointing.
Oh, is it down here?
Spot, yeah.
Down here.
So
Okay, so
95
it's nice.
miles, we'll call it.
And it's 200 minutes, so 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Per polymorph.
Yeah.
And you are flying as a griffin, is
Pegasus.
it?
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Haven't we always said it's 45 miles at 1? Can't we?
I think so, but I always forget and we never write it down.
No,
you
I've
write it
leveled
down,
up
Nick?
now, so it should be a little bit higher. But it might just be 2 castings.
Yeah, 2 casting sounds good.
So I need a teleport and I need a fabricate.
You do 3.5 hours.
3
Is
hours,
it?
20 minutes. But yeah, basically 3.5 hours.
3 1/3.
He's also unfailing endurance, so he doesn't get tired flying.
So I think it is going to be 4 castings to get there to go 90 miles.
No, that can't be
No,
right.
I think we doubled it last time because it sounded
flying
way
rate
off.
Of 48. If we double it for like just long distance flying and not combat flying or something like that, then we're
Well, it should be.
doing-
Well, hang on. That should be tripled, right? 'Cause it's feet to yards.
Well, I was gonna do 48. Normally, your movement rate is the number of miles you can go in a day. So I was gonna say 48 miles, but we'll double that to 48 times 2 is 96 miles in a day if you fly for 10 hours, but you're only flying for 3.5. So that would get you three castings.
I feel like this has changed.
It has.
Well,
I'm
we haven't
100%
really
sure it
written
was
our
45
shit
miles.
down, and I don't remember what we did before, and so it's like
I mean, it just seems weird that a Pegasus can only fly 10 miles in.
I know
3 hours.
There is a huge problem with the flying movement speeds. It's
So-
weird. It doesn't make sense.
Wait,
Well, let's just
10
say-
miles in 3 hours?
Yeah, because you could go there on foot.
No, it's not 10 miles in 3 hours. What?
What did
Like,
say
could you
it was-
imagine walking 3
said
miles
it-
an hour? This is
Well,
like.
you said you could go 96 miles in a day in 10 hours, right?
Yes,
so that would
that's
be 9.6 miles in an
miles per
hour. Okay, so yeah, 27 miles per casting. Why don't we just say it's I don't know, 50 miles per casting. I think that's what we've been doing more or less.
Yup. That's what I said at the beginning, baby.
Because we've been going from the Draken Ridge to Wicthron Renta
In one
day's
casting.
worth of flying,
Yeah.
and that's 105 miles.
I think the first time we did this, you did 2 castings to get yourself there.
Yeah, 2
But
castings,
it's-
so
okay,
50,
yeah, but
so
it's
50
100
miles.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Okay,
50
sure,
miles a
that's fine,
cast.
that's fine.
Okay.
One day this will need to be fixed, because the flying movement rates are fucking borked, yo.
I'm writing it down.
Thank you.
Well, I also think, you know, your movement rate over land over a whole day, that's assumed you're walking, not, you know, not going full pelt. But anyway, we'll do 50 miles, that's fine. So I need 2
Yeah.
castings. Okay, so I won't have a great deal of spells left for this battle, just because I need to reserve a lot for getting there and for carrying out the eventual plan. But I will get enough to get invisibility on everyone and have the 2 polymorph selves to get us there. I can't spare stone skin for anyone else, just to point it out.
If you'd like, I can nap you, and then we could all have stone skin.
So hang on, how does that work? Oh, I just cast the stone skin on everyone. I mean, we can do that if you guys want it.
Yep, I do. Okay, I nap. Imric, we all have stone skin. I have 1 nap left.
Okay.
You want to roll our stone skins, or do you want us to roll it?
Neil rolls it, right?
The mistake I made here. Okay. Because you normally go twice your movement rate. So if the Pegasus is 48, and normally you would go twice that, it would be 96, and then we doubled that again, so it would be 192 in a day over 10 hours, which would be 19.2 miles per hour times 3.5 would be 67 miles. There we go. Okay, so you can do 67 miles per casting.
I'm writing that down.
Gotcha.
Okay, sorry, where were we? Flight. You've got all your spells prepared?
Yep, we all have
Yeah,
stone
we
skin.
did a nap so that I can cast stone skin on everyone.
Okay. So starting with the cleric in the Draken Ridge, in the
Yes.
Stone Giant's lair, the party will make 2 people invisible, or
Everybody.
what is all 3 of you are invisible,
Everyone's invisible, yeah.
and then it will
cleric's staying
fly
there.
to Sky Peak invisible
Yeah.
with 2 castings, right?
Yeah, 2 castings. I'll put my spells in chat, or what I've got left at least.
Okay. So as you fly over the Mystrian lands, invisible, you can see the small movements of little people back and forth. You can see large army groups stationed outside of Evermund, gathering supplies, banners flying, people drilling in the open fields. You can cross the Thorn River, and you can cross the lower part of Lake Edric when Sky Peak comes into view, a very large mountain that reaches up into the skies. The top of it is not quite, actually in the middle of winter, it is covered in snow, and you will see that there is a winding path that wraps round and round and round the mountain until it arrives at a village on the very top. Down this path, you can see, even with the distance, the twin stripes of dirt color, signifying that there are wagon wheels that roll up and down this mountain and have rolled fairly recently, since the last snowfall at least. The village at the top of the mountain is built still on a slope, so the bottom of the village is quite literally a lot lower than the top of the village. The top has a keep with a wall and a courtyard, and then there are buildings sort of along the mountainside and along the cliffside with the road running through the town. So it's really just like one building on either side of the road on this narrow pass that runs up the mountain.
Aerial checks for a dragon? I asked
Yeah,
you
I'll
to.
check my hammer. I'm definitely holding it as we go
You
through.
sense no dragons within your level range. You are level 12 rogue, so no dragons around here.
Okay, what is our plan? We talked about this in the thing. Are we just going in there and fighting our way into the mines? Are we going in there and taking over the town? Are we going in there invisible just into the mines?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I
we
dunno,
should we should do a little bit of
kinda
scouting first to
alright.
see like what who's stationed here, like what's what, like
That's
maybe
what we're
for
doing
a
right now.
few hours, yeah, at least.
The men are
Flying
probably
around
being
invisible
held in the
scouting.
village or in the mines itself. So I think we'll have to, at the very least, to go to the village, slay all the soldiers there, and head through the mines and kill any guards that are there and usher the men out. Right?
Okay.
I sane horse.
Yeah, so we're scouting out Koibu. How heavily armed does this town look, and what are they wearing?
As you get a little bit lower, you can see that the town is not particularly heavily armed. There is a small wall near the bottom of the village with some soldiers on it, but you know, they've got a good view of everything. They've got a good view of everything coming from across the plain. They can see down to the other village at the very base of the mountain. That road spirals down and ends at a village more or less straight down the mountainside from this place.
Would we assume that that's where the mine is?
I don't.
We want to find the mine entrance, I guess.
It should be really easy to find the mine entrance, right? We
Yeah.
should see footsteps in and
Right.
out.
So
like-
there's a village at the top of the mountain. There's a village at the bottom of the mountain. How close do you want to get?
We're
is an
invisible,
important
so
question.
within like, I don't know, 200 feet.
Wait, I feel like we should land in the village first and kill any soldiers there, because if they've got communication abilities to call for reinforcements, it'll probably be from there.
The upper one or the lower one?
Oh, there's two villages. Sorry, I must
Yeah,
have
one at the top of the mountain,
distracted
one at
with
the bottom.
flying.
It looks like it's probably a day walk to climb the mountain.
So maybe, yeah, okay, maybe we go from the bottom then, because they'll be the ones who are able to get, you know, out on
Well,
the
let's
road
think.
looking
Why
for
would
help
they make
quicker.
a village at the top of the mountain? Where would you put a mine? Would you put a mine at the top of the mountain, or would you want a mine down into the mountain?
Well, there should be something we know.
Yeah.
Well, now we don't know this in real life, but in video games or in this world, is mithril found like deeper under the earth, or is it like up high, like deposits in mountains?
We might even not know that. We might have heard.
Mithril can be found like other minerals or metals, kind of wherever there happens to be a deposit. That deposit might be at the top, it might be at the bottom, it might be a mile underground. There's
Okay.
not like mithril is always found at the peaks
Yeah,
of mountains.
no one wants to live at the top of a mountain, so I'm guessing that's where the mithril mine is. Let's go to the top of the mountain first and look it up.
Yeah, it should be at the top. Otherwise, yeah. The
Otherwise,
thing at the
there's no
bottom is
reason
probably
to-
like base camp where people like ship stuff
Yeah.
and get everything ready, and then top is probably the mine. That'd be my guess. Yeah.
Okay. And you wanted to get within 200 feet of the top village to give it a good scout about?
If that is something my character thinks is relatively safe when we're in.
No, 215 feet. 200 feet
Yeah.
sounds like a
Yeah,
suspiciously
215.
close number for
Yeah.
an anti-magic or
True.
dispel magic zone. As we do this, I'll motion to Anton behind me, or like to pull out the shield and be ready just in case we
Yeah.
start to drop.
Anton has the shield equip and the whatever the spear is, not the dragon one.
Spear of
Fuck the dragon
Rohana.
one. The Rohana one, yeah.
Yeah. As you get close to the top village, you can see that there is a large metal cage protruding from a section of the mountainside, maybe 15 feet across and 15 feet tall, made out of steel, that just bolts into the mountain, protecting what looks to be some sort of mouth or cave entrance or mine entrance. There's even a set of tracks, wagon tracks that roll all the way out to the cage. And then there's a regular-sized, human-sized door in the cage, which is locked and bolted with a soldier on the inside wearing plate mail with chain limbs, and two soldiers on the outside wearing leathers and like heavy coats over them with spears.
And the
They're
cage
standing
is
around
locked?
chatting.
And the cage is locked.
The cage is locked. Yeah.
Wait, and this is just to be clear. This is like a big cage, or this is like a door leading into something?
15-foot cage, cubic cage, with a door on the outside, and the back of it is pushed against the mountain with a shaft leading into the mountain.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, so there's a cage locking like the mountain entrance from the town. Okay.
So we would expect this is probably where all the prisoners are. They're inside.
Yeah. Inside there mining. Yep.
Yep. There's additionally a small keep at the very top of the town with a wall, some archers on it. You can see what appears to be a few noble fellows standing out on a balcony overlooking just the vast surroundings of Mystria from their high atop peak.
What's
Hear me
the
out?
overall count of soldiers, real quick? Like a guess. Like, are we
Yeah,
talking
you
like
do a
10,
quick
20, or
ballpark
like
guess.
hundreds, or?
You see maybe like a dozen soldiers or so near the keep, and then you see maybe a half dozen soldiers or so near the mine entrance, and these two areas are maybe like 500 feet apart. And
Okay.
then the rest of the village doesn't have anything until you see another half dozen soldiers or so down by the wall at the bottom of the town, which is maybe another, I don't know, half mile away.
Hear me out. We go to the keep. We take the leader hostage, and literally no one will fuck with. We have the leader hostage. We want to go in the mines.
I
We're
say
in there with the.
I say we do this instead. I say we descend on this village, kill whoever we think
Uh-huh.
could communicate to Scoria, kill every soldier here. Then we can take whoever hostage. We can go into the mines, kill any more soldiers down there, get our people, and teleport them out. We can start the dimensional fold up here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
let's
most
start.
important thing, though, is
That sounds good.
we absolutely need to identify who up here is capable of sounding an alarm, and then kill them first.
You would need either a wizard or like a huge bonfire.
Do we see
Yeah, well,
any
they were-
like big signaling thing, like a huge bell that somebody might ring, or a big fire that somebody might set, like a giant urn on top of the wall, or?
Yeah, why don't you all give me perception checks while you scour the area for clues?
Come on,
Uh-oh.
Steven. Come on, Steven.
God damn
A
it!
big roll.
You got it.
I'm looking carefully, okay? Oof.
Yes. Near the castle, there is some sort of like mechanism, some sort of like walled thing that comes off on the side of the mountain, and it has some boards that hold back a large pile of rocks. And there seems to be chains leading from those boards into the keep, some sort of mechanism by which a tumbling rocks would come down the mountainside in a pre-prepared
Ordained,
area. This would be visible to anyone down in the town below and anyone watching from a great distance that could see the side of the mountain.
Okay, so this is the area that one of us needs to secure, and then kill anybody that comes to it, while the other two dispatch everybody in the town. Yeah.
He made it sound like there's chains going inside of the keep, so we need to secure the keep. Or at least the part where the chains are, so they can't pull the button.
Oh wait, and then they pull. Okay, wait. Explain that again. When they pull it, what happens?
Rocks will come out and alert the village down below or anybody watching.
Nearby where the chains go into the keep, is there windows, open windows?
There are some arrow loops, yes.
Can the chains just
What we
be cut?
What can cut a chain?
A fucking
But even
plus
if you
5
even
platinum.
if you cut the chain,
God,
that's
the
the thing
spell
that's
cut.
holding. That's the thing that's holding the rocks.
Yeah, I
You
guess
don't
it
wanna
just
cut the
depends on
chain.
how it's
Yeah.
activated. Because is it something you pull and then it slides something, or is it like under tension and then you pull it in? Right, it depends on how it's supported. I don't know how the mechanism
Yeah,
works.
you'd have to be there to physically investigate it in person to judge that exact thing.
Do you have your?
Care
Do you
if
have?
they alert them?
Do you have your? Yes, we don't want. It would be so cool if we could just kill everybody up here, have all the time in the world to. We can grab Mithril if we
Yeah.
want. We get all the
What
soldiers.
do you
up.
What do you need?
Well, it's a bit risky, but what about this plan, right? I drop you two down by the entrance to the keep. You go in through the front door, and then I'll fly up to the wall and crawl in through an arrow slot as a spider and try and find the mechanism and guard it to anyone who comes to try and pull it.
How about we
Doesn't
do
mean
this?
splitting the party, but
How about we wait a night? You get enhanced invisibility, and we are permanently invisible. We get a ton of bonuses for that. No one will know where we are, and then we can do that.
I can't.
usually-
There's no way I can stone skin and greater
That's fine.
invis everyone.
We'll forgo the stone skin for greater invis.
It only
for
lasts
this.
10 minutes though.
10 minutes, I think, is all our. Well, it depends if Koibu will allow it, but I think if you're invisible, greater invised, our characters could literally just like wreak havoc on any guard.
Yeah,
But if
we're-
we are
I think
gonna,
we're,
like,
we're
put-
not scared of the guards. The fear is that they're gonna pull a alert. Right?
Yeah, I don't think we need greater invisibility. We can be seen up here. We just want to kill everybody and not let them sound an alarm.
Imric has to hold that chain then while we make our way up the keep. Is that the plan?
That's the plan. Yeah, and you meet me up there. I'll just
Okay.
guard it from anyone trying to do it.
Well, let's go.
All right, give me. I'll drop you,
Yep.
and then give me like.
20
Either when
minutes,
you
yeah.
hear shouting or give me like 20
Wait,
minutes.
why
and
do we
go.
have to? Can you? Why do we have to make our way up to the keep? Why can't we just all be dropped like inside? Or
Because he needs to protect the chain
Uh-huh.
from that shit coming down, and we can't fit through arrow loops, but he can because he can polymorph into like a super small thing.
okay.
Yeah.
And when you say
So I
protect
can
the
go
chain
in
from being
there.
pulled, you're going to be killing anybody that comes up to pull the chain, basically, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has magic missiles and shit.
You
so
don't
we're
have
good.
like you don't have that silence spell on you, do you?
No.
Because that
I
would
didn't
my-
take it.
it
I didn't
sounds
take it
on
today.
because theoretically you could just cast silence on the rocks and then pull it and then let them fall and they'd be silent and no one would know.
You cast
Neil said
silence
they
on
could
an
be seen.
area, but yeah, they can
Yeah,
be
so-
seen. That's the main thing.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Let's
so,
go.
Okay, can we get like a map real quick? Just so like it can just be a box. I just need something drawn so that I understand. Because
Yeah.
I don't want it to be some obviously stupid shit like, oh, they all ran out the back. There was a big back door and everybody ran out and they all went to later. It's like, okay, well, if we would have known that, we would have went from two sides or something, you know, like. It's also so it's going to be important to cover that area. There, we didn't see any bells. It was just that one rock thing. Are there like, is that tweeting spell available? Is that a real thing or is that only a 5e thing?
It's
that's
a real
5e
spell,
thing,
but
there's like
I haven't
message
got it
and
now.
stuff. No, he's just asking about other people.
Yeah,
like
are there?
that.
We need to look for magic users here that might be able to communicate as well.
They're gonna be in this inside, but yeah, that'll be our job.
That would have to be a very high level wizard, like the same level as me.
Okay.
But
The
it's
only other
possible.
thing I can think of is, do people use ravens in this world to send messages?
Probably.
Birds are good messengers.
Okay.
If you think about it though, there's no lift up the mountain right now. So
Yeah, no, he said
any
it'll take a day
raven,
out. Yeah.
it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna go well.
So if you look down and slightly to the left, you will see this red swooping thing that is the path of the road through town. At the back is the fort, which is sort of weird and ugly. The purple is like an open courtyard, with this being like the wall in front of it. I'll do like a little, you can walk through the wall through the main gate and come into this open courtyard. And then this thing back here is the main castle.
And the red shit's the
This
rocks.
is where the rocks would fall. And then all along this main road, there are like buildings of the actual like town where people live on either side of the main road, all the way up and down.
There's so many randomly drawn vague castle maps on this map. No, I was looking at the wrong one, but I see it
Okay,
now.
so this one. So we're gonna be landing like here.
You want to land in the courtyard?
I want to land in the best place that I think that I can get entrance to go and murder anybody in the keep.
Well, that would be the courtyard. The courtyard should have a door that goes right into the main keep, and then you just have to figure out how the hell you get into the room where the chains go, and that could
Emmerich
be
got that,
pretty
yeah.
much anywhere.
Well, Emmerich will be
can-
taking care of that. Me and Emmerich, or me and Anton are just gonna be trying to kill every soldier.
Yeah,
Like-
we're gonna be
Yeah.
murderers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a goddamn slaughter.
Also, just to be clear, is the keep relatively isolated from the outside? Like, if we're inside killing people, people from in the town won't be able to look in and see what's happening, right?
No, the wall right here will block any view of what's happening inside the keep.
Okay.
And the keep is also the highest point up, so there's no one that would have a better vantage point to look within.
Gotcha. And then
I
just
am
making sure,
on-
because we can fly around, there's not like an elevator shaft at the back that leads down the mountain or any other way out, basically, right? Okay.
The back of the keep just sort of runs into mountain wall.
I am undoffing my shield and I'm getting out the other spear.
Okay, so I'm dropping you off, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then remember, you're still invisible, so you can chill out for a minute. All right, Neil, I drop them off, and then I want to fly to the nearest arrow slit to where the chain goes into the keep.
So, to land in the courtyard, there's plenty of room for the Pegasus to land, and you may be invisible, but you're not silenced, right? A Pegasus landing in the courtyard will be audible to the people on the wall in the courtyard, at the edge of the courtyard.
Wait.
They won't.
Can we
see
talk
you.
about
Wait,
this
hold on, wait.
actually?
I'll challenge this a little bit. It's so we're landing as a big creature, but we're at the very top of a peak. I can hear in the background music that there's a ton of wind. Like, is it really going to be that? Is this like a snowy, like windy area? Are they really going to hear like just a creature land in the courtyard?
If you were a small bird, definitely not. But if you are a Pegasus, which is carrying, 2 full people, the amount of lift created by the Pegasus's wings is not insignificant. Like a Pegasus landing.
Okay, all right, you win.
nearby
Okay,
is
cool.
gonna make some wind.
Okay,
agree it makes noise,
wait,
but it's
no,
not
we don't have
immediately
to, we don't have to.
recognizable.
We're fine. I grab the shield. I should be able to hoist it above me. Tyrael should be able to grab me, and I should be able to feather fall us down.
Yes, that
Okay.
will produce no sound as
That's what we're
you
gonna do.
slowly fall until your feet like touch ground and maybe crunch in a little bit of the snow around there.
Okay.
There's not much in the courtyard. Most of it's already been tamped down by people walking, but there are some areas of fresh snow still.
Okay.
Well done, Anton. So you feather fall with the shield down here as Imric flies over. And what are you gonna do, Imric? You're gonna land on this walled, chained-looking area thingy?
I'm gonna land somewhere I can, and then I'm gonna turn into like a. In fact, no, mid-air. I'm just gonna turn into a smaller bird, and fly through an arrow slit.
Excellent.
And I want to know what angle the chain's going in, because if it's going in at a downwards angle, then maybe I go in at the floor below, or something. I'm gonna try and find the best spot to find out, where
the chains go. Let's see, there's the wall that holds the rocks in place. Walls on the sides. The chains kind of go up at a bit of an angle, and then they hit the wall, and then they go in very straight from.
Okay, so I want to go into that a window into that floor, or that roundabout area. I imagine there's not some big cryptic thing about it. It's probably just in the first room by the stones, hopefully, but that's the plan.
Ooh, do they roll poorly on their perception checks? Because the room is guarded at all times by someone who's supposed to be on lookout.
Mason,
But
I mean, I
twos
am
and
an
threes are not great.
invisible small bird. It's going to be hard to spot me.
You arrive
Cup
on
man.
one of these arrow loops and hop forward on your tiny little feet. Just read this thing over here. Excellent. You can indeed hop on in through these windows and find yourself in a rather large or rather long room. It's maybe 60 feet long, about the same length as the boards outside, the contraption outside holding back the debris. And two chains do indeed lead into this room and then go through a system of pulleys to a lever in the middle of the room. Standing next to the lever are two soldiers. They rolled a 2 and a 3 on their perception checks, and they're standing about chatting in Mystrian as you arrive.
How much armor are these guys wearing?
None. They're just wearing clothes with a heavy coat because it's cold as shit.
See ya.
They have short swords at their sides.
Hopefully these guys haven't got like 1,000 HP. I will just
Wait.
Land.
Before we go forward with this, so I have to leave pretty soon. We probably want to do like all of this in the next episode, or do you want to do a little now?
Leave
Or
in 30 minutes, right?
I have to leave in like 5 or 10
I
minutes.
think this is a decent place to stop.
Yeah, and then we've got like 5 questions to do too, so we can do all of this
okay.
next episode.
Yeah.
So we'll end here with Imric, an invisible bird, next to two unarmored, slightly armed, oblivious soldiers, having just a nice day in Sky Peak.
Lovely day.
It's about to go very badly.
Nice job. Okay, if you are subscribed to the Patreon, you can ask questions. We have 5 of them today. The first one is, one would think that torture and pain are intrinsic to satisfying vengeance, so is this sadism something that Anton is happy to partake in, or does he dislike it for some reason?
I'm not gonna sit here on stream and RP torturing people. It's cringe. So. You're
At least not in this campaign.
So Anton does enjoy it, but we don't want to see the enjoyment. Okay, how did each of you come up with a name of your character? I've just heard the name Tyrael before. It seems like a noble, whatever kind of name of a mean guy.
Steam
so.
just really loves Diablo too.
I've never actually played, but apparently it's the name of one of the guys in that game too.
Yeah. Imric is it's like a guy from Warhammer, basically Warhammer Total War I was playing at the time when we started the campaign. And he's a dragon rider dude.
Anton's
Plus
the
it
guy
sounds cool.
from Ratatouille, and that guy was bald. So.
What? The critic guy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For all
didn't know
players, including Koibu, which god do you think is the most interesting one to play for as a cleric, given all you know about the Koibu verse now? I don't have a strong opinion because I don't ever play cleric or god-fearing characters.
Probably any god that's not like super ties you down. I would say Velthara ties you down quite a bit. So if I was to play another one, it would probably be like, you know, Teresa, you know, the goddess of fear or something.
Yeah.
Interesting question, I guess. Depends what kind of campaign you're looking for. Like, I think in the right campaign, a Cleric of Malchus could be a lot of fun, where your ultimate goal is to just cause as much chaos as possible. But then I do think, like, just your basic Cleric of, like, Martha or any of the good gods is also fun, you know, just in that you're doing classic D&D Cleric things.
I think Martha and Malchus allow for the most sort of flexibility. Malchus, if you want to be a bit more of an evil person fucking around with shit, but not necessarily I'm just going to murder everything. Martha is a little bit more of your classic good person. You know, you've always got the side of right on you because you're here to protect life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all that jazz. But I think probably maybe a more interesting cleric to play would be one of Illumis or Relcor. That's the goddess of light and the god of light and the goddess of darkness. I haven't really gotten into much lore on these people, really, but I think it would make sense that if clerics of Illumis could only cast their spells during daytime, and clerics of Relcor could only cast their spells during nighttime, which would add a different layer and dynamic and complexity to them, which could be fun. But we haven't seen any of that shit yet.
I liked the idea you had back in the day, Neil, of like Relcor clerics going around the world, extinguishing all random light stones that people leave around.
It's their main purpose, is just get rid of the continual light stones and spells that are everywhere. Yeah.
For Koibu, what is the most interesting use of a wish spell that you've ever heard of, conceived of, or seen in your games?
It's a pretty broad question, yo.
What's like one like really clever use of a wish spell I guess you've seen?
I have only seen people use wish spells twice. Once with you guys, once with the flying dragon situation that we've talked about before, which was hilarious. But the wish spell there was just to like roll back time. It was the shenanigans that led up to it that were more interesting. So to be honest, I'll have to answer not enough data to give you a really cool example of it. I'm sorry.
Okay, then final one. For everyone, have you read any books that are based on D&D? For example, the Drizzt series by R.A.
I know that Neil's read a lot of Dragonlance, right? I've not read any D&D books.
I have not. Moody Booty.
What did he ask?
Have you read any D&D books? Like
No.
fiction books on D&D? No?
The Dragonlance books, the first three, the Chronicles, Dragons of Autumn, Twilight, Winter Night, and Spring Dawning, are based on an adventure module that the authors had made, the Dragonlance Adventure series. And so at least for the first book and a half or so, they're going through it. They wrote the books as their parties had actually done the adventure in game. I've got like a nice fat version of it that's leather bound that has like notes in the margins by the authors, and they'll be like, here, you can see this person is casting the 2nd edition Featherfall spell in this situation, and you can see over here he must have leveled up because now he's casting this spell, and all the spells are pulled directly from 2nd edition, and the like course that the heroes take is a sort of inspired by the playtest that they did with it. So you know, they come to the well, and there's this important well here, and in the margins it'll be like, oh yeah, the first party of adventurers just climbed down the well, and they all died right away on like the 13th session of the game because they climbed down the stupid well.
Okay.
So they're deeply rooted in 2nd edition lore, which is sweet.
Very nice. All right. Well, we should be back next week at the normal time next week, 1 PST.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yep. Bye.